All right. Let's go ahead and get into recap. It was a short one, but an interesting one nonetheless.
Shots fired.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the article title, just blazoned above the folds. But yeah, we returned to the Dragon Hawk, finally getting past the guards, getting our Warforged companions under the scrutiny of the giants and the crew of the Intrepid. We had a discussion with them. Lots to talk about.
We were unable to get Slozer, who turned back into Dozer, to cooperate, unfortunately.
We let him go. Back to the Brailish.
Which was an awesome idea.
He pulled a knife on
idea.
us. Or something.
No one can say we weren't principled.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
if we kept him cornered though, he would have started taking a swipe at somebody, and then we would have actually had to kill him, which would have been, I feel like, a little bit more awkward.
I think there's a distance between, maybe we could restrain him. We don't have to kill him.
We have rope.
But
You have a magical rope.
That's true. That Valerian remembered to retrieve too.
He
True.
did.
But we did stand on principles, and we let him go of his own free will. So that's honorable.
Rick also went and did some recording crystal work for the Warforged blood on the dock of the gift ship.
We're gathering evidence.
Mm-hmm.
We also basically convinced Lockett and Glaive to testify in our favor, and presumably when Dozer left to go to the Brailish ship, he kind of told them that they were going to do that, and the Brailish just said, well, I guess we're fucked, we got to leave now.
And they attacked us.
Yeah. They shot the cannon at newly officered Altaic.
That's right, Altaic got a promotion.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it hasn't been made official yet, but...
Although it was an impromptu field promotion, and this sequence of if this were Alaric, this would definitely be PTSD, just trauma dice being rolled at that point. But this was a very new experience for Altaic, and trying to getting a good look at the fleeing ship, and just seeing how right our crew is, and them just running away right before they try to shoot him again directly.
Yeah. The cannon.
Yeah. That could have been bad, but a 4th level shield, just perfectly managed resource. That's exactly the kind of crisis I was trying to save that resource for. Altaic managed to preserve himself and the recording of their. I guess we should need to talk about this, but did they just declare war, or are we just gonna, or is this above our pay grade?
Might be a little above our pay grade.
I gotta finish writing this article, so or finish narrating this recording crystal. So we probably want to put a little bit of editorializing on the events.
Yeah, little spin, but I don't need that much spin because we can all see with our eyes what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Very well done. Yes. Short but very interesting session. Please, everybody, take your inspiration.
Heck yeah.
And
all
as
that's left to do now. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
As we zoom back in, the dust and smoke clears on Altaic, on the dock, as the Brailish Intrepid ship pulls off of the moon of Ear. What are you guys doing?
Well,
I don't know how we approach that, but
I'm still good. The recording crystal's fine. He's
Oh, good.
walking his way back to the dock.
got everything.
Whew.
well, I
I
guess
got everything.
I guess we got our case for tomorrow. If we're even gonna have that trial anymore.
Yeah.
I think we did the right thing, to be honest. Chasing them down wouldn't have. I don't know. We stay here. We prove our innocence to these people, and we get them being aggressive to us. We got it on recording crystal. I mean, sheesh. It couldn't be more cut and dry, right?
True, it does. If it comes to blows, at the very least, it paints them as a very obvious aggressor. If Anders decides that we need to fight them in any capacity, because of course, I mean, obviously they were, but still, something good to have.
We'll have to report back to Ondare, of course, next time we come across a buoy. What
Oh
happened?
boy, that's gonna be a lot of paperwork.
I mean, not to mention that we're gonna have to look out for the Brailish if we leave this ship, or even maybe while we're docked. Maybe they don't care about the rules here anymore.
But I think we still got some business to take care of here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need to
so
clear our
it is-
names.
You do need to clear your names. So it is really late into the night. I do believe you're approaching 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. And the trial is at 7. So the guards rush over to you, Altaic, expecting to find a puddle of mush. And are very surprised to see you standing there. And they ask if you're alright, and they're glaring at the fleeing Brailish ship.
And it's just like, well, it's just like, well, I seem to be fine, but is there anyone else hurt by their outrageous actions? Are there any other, casualties we should know of? Recording still ongoing.
Besides some blown rigging, no. But they know the rules, and they have violated the rules. And they will be apprehended if they ever come back.
Are they to be apprehended by a fleet or a craft of the Forge, or is there a bounty system implemented?
We don't do bounties. Generally, what they end up doing is impounding the ships until reparations and justice can be dictated. Such as the situation that you find yourselves in. But there's
So
not,
were
there
they
is
to
no
return?
Were they to return, they would have to answer a lot. But you
until
get the
then.
sense from the guards' discussion that they are less concerned about the attacking between two nations and more concerned about the direct damages to the Foundry, as the Suet Foundry remains neutral between inter-faction conflicts. However, they're still pretty pissed off at the Brailish right now. And he makes the side comment that they wouldn't be welcome here in a friendly capacity anytime soon. Unless they make a lot of atonement.
Fascinating. Well, we'll see what the Brailish have to say about their crew of the Intrepid, as well as the nation of Ondare. And it's like, I seem to be in order, just checking himself. He'll maintain the levitation of his cloak to return back to the crew.
Yep.
Trying to get a bird's eye view scan of the damage that was dealt on the return back.
You look at what the damage was dealt, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just got a text. Okay. Your shield created a dome around you.
Mhm.
But in all the 5 feet squares around you, there is a charred, blackened impact point where the explosion dented the metal of the dock itself. So some relatively substantial damage, but it all appears to be on the surface. The armor plating on this dock seems to be pretty sturdy.
Mm. Maybe whatever armor plating they use here could be proof positive against, well, further barrages we might encounter in the future. Of theirs, anyway.
Yeah.
Of their caliber.
They do offer, armor plating on ships. You imagine that they've got some decent quality armor and metal surfaces provided here.
But it's kind of not our aesthetic, though, so...
It would definitely slow you down, that's for sure.
This is the world of magical armor. Maybe, it's more like the, how they're like floating shields? Maybe they're more like satellite plates instead of things that are grafted, directly on the hull of the Dragonhawk.
Mithril
That may be more
plating
expensive, though.
on the ship.
Hmm.
That's an interesting idea, though, yeah.
Yeah, it could be cool. Maybe like a mithril filigree net mesh around the Dragonhawk. It's breathable.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll tell you. Will returns like, well, ending the recording. Or actually, I think I'm not sure how the recording ends. I think there's this moment of just like he returns back to the Dragonhawk. It's like it seems like there's no other casualties to account for from their secondary blast. But how's everyone doing here?
Never been better.
Wait,
Yeah.
that was insane.
Yeah, so a few of your crew is... a few of your compatriots on the deck are banged up. Phantom seems pretty hurt, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right, there was that gravity explosion that occurred on the top. Took out, that initial attack.
Yeah, but I was fine.
Is Oak Blossom okay?
Oak Blossom Oak Blossom managed to avoid the majority of the damage, so Oak Blossom is fine. There's some superficial flattening of some roots down near the base of her trunk, but she will tell you that she is fine.
I'm gonna make it rain on Oak Blossom just to help her calm down a little.
Just gonna start throwing gold coins at her.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people watching.
That was really scary. I'm glad you're okay. Here's some mist for your branches. We'll wipe off your deck.
Alright, check this out.
Well, evidence of their graviturgical bombardment seems to be mostly relegated to more superficial wounds and damage above the Dragonhawk. How are our newest guests or crew members?
Yeah, so Locken and Glaive are wounded, but they are not heavily wounded to the point where they would, they can't function. There's some, one of them has a damaged arm.
Glaive
seem to
went
be-
unconscious, right? At some point.
Glaive did go unconscious, but Rick healed Glaive back from consciousness.
No,
So
I healed Glaive back.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about to say,
sorry,
I don't need
sorry.
a Skull of Valor here.
That's fair. I couldn't remember who did. Yeah, so
Was
Glaive
I.
was unconscious, but you brought them back to life. And so, yeah, he is still laying, I guess, on the floor, kind of sitting up on he's kind of sitting on his butt, holding his knees, and has kind of a dazed look. They both look relatively dazed, but they also look. When they look to the Bravo ship leaving, there is a sense of and a look of relief on their faces.
Toad, how do you stop the recording crystal? How do you?
Oh, you have to say the password.
What? Please.
Nope.
Oh, it was just like, I'll.
I believe in you. You can. You've heard me say it so many times. I'm sure you could remember.
I didn't know it was the password.
I'm just kidding. You just turn it off. There's still password.
Yeah.
Just a little joke in a stressful situation.
Okay. All right. Okay. I didn't want to. I just didn't want to record. What seems like a part of our strategy discussion of, determining whether or not Locke and Glaive would be able to testify on our behalf.
That's a good point. Locket, Glaive, do you feel... I know that was maybe a little frightening, but, you're safe with us, or do you still feel like you could testify against the Brailish?
Now that they are no longer here, yes.
My man. Or, my Warforged.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume.
I think canonically we've established all he, him
yes.
pronouns for.
Sure.
Yeah,
Locke
but
and
like,
Glaive.
man, he could be he, him, and not be a man. He's got
It's true.
My guy.
My guy. There we go.
My fellow.
My fella.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's another exciting sequence squirrel away.
Do you have to, I feel like, be a little, maybe, not concerned for, but prepared if they come back? We pissed them off. It might have been a shot out of anger, but it could also be a part of some strategy they have. And it doesn't seem like there's... Actually, are there any, like anti-ship weapons around, like cannons, ballista, on the dock?
On the dock itself, not on the platform, kind of the extension platform that you are on, but if you look more towards, like, closer to the city, like on the west side of this map, you do see, just outside of the frame of this map, like, you do see some setups of fortifications for, like, city defense that could technically be levied at the dock itself. And you do see a couple that are aimed in the general vicinity of the dock right now, with crews manning them. You see mostly ballistas and trebuchets. But there is a couple smaller cannons. When I say smaller, like the size of your ship cannon. So there is there is defensible fortifications here at the Suet Foundry. It's just not on the dock proper.
Okay. Well, as long as we'll get guarantees that we'll be protected, then I think that we're okay to stay here, do the trial, and then I want to check in. Obviously, I think we should report to Ander as quickly as possible, but I do want to check in with the other moons as well, in case the Brailish feel so bold to attack the Hadozi or Jubithex. Oh,
good point. We should also maybe, talk to the GIF now that we're probably gonna be able to prove our innocence tomorrow, and then we can patch things up with them since they think we did it, and we can kind of prove we didn't.
Speaking of,
that's a good point.
Do you all need some sleep before the trial? I know I can function with little, but the rest of you might need some rest.
Absolutely.
But we need to let the crew know what's going on, I bet.
Yeah, so a lot of the crew woke up to the sounds of a cannon fire. So at this point, I mean, I would think that Chief Gus has made his way up to the top platform looking for a status report on what the hell just happened.
You know what, Gus? Never mind. But
Whoa.
everything's fine.
Whoa.
Gus is probably under a lot of stress, but that's our chief security officer. He needs to know if I understand his role correctly.
I'll fill in Gus as what happened, and we can start disseminating the information amongst the crew.
I think the most important thing, Gus, is to we still have a trial tomorrow, so you specifically need to get some rest. You could delegate if you'd like. We can keep a guard up, but I feel that the Giants will protect us if the Brailers come back, so nothing to be done right now.
You say so, Cap. All right. Violet, you're on it. Yes, Chief. Back to bed I go.
I'll stay up and keep watch.
Okay. You will stay-
I'd like to get Krath to help me with everyone who's injured, including Phantom, I suppose. We need to get the.
Okay. Yeah. You have a decent supply of minor healing potions on the ship, if I recall correctly. So. Yeah. How are you? I think you can repair. Let me go to find. What does he have specifically? Yeah, he's got some, and he also, that's right, he has some minor healing now.
Yeah.
So he's got a couple castings of Cure Wounds that he can cast. So he's got 4 uses of Cure Wounds. And then he's got the healer. Okay. Use of a healer's kit. So yeah, you've got that's right. You don't have a lot of healing potions, you have a lot of healer's kits. So yeah, I'll say abstract-wise, Kraft will be out of spells for the day, but you can heal back up all the folks on the top deck relatively quickly. A lot of Phantom. Yeah, so let's just make it
like
simple.
Lila, Val, Phantom, and Locket and Glaive, I believe, that are
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I
So I'll
can't
just
see
say-
Altaic's health bar.
Can't say I'll take health bar.
No,
No.
so I don't know if he's hurt or not.
Let me fix that. You should be able to see it. I don't know why. Maybe in the early days I had it off. Always for everyone. Hit point. That's weird. I'm gonna delete you for a second. I'll take.
I'll take. Oh,
Can you
Yeah,
see it
Sue's
now?
back. Yeah, I can see it now.
I don't feel so good.
He's
Okay.
blinking again.
No, I got unprepared.
Yeah, so I'm just I'm boosting them all back up to full health based on the resources that you have on the ship. So no requirement for extra resources for yourself. Just know that Kraft is going to be tapped for the day.
It's fine. He needs the practice. He is a senior resident at this point.
Yeah, he's
So
definitely
quickly.
definitely done a good amount in your absence. So, okay, all right. So Toad is staying up. It's about 2
Aye.
o'clock in the morning. Your trial is at 7, so you can. I will give you, because you're getting at least 4 hours. I will give you the full rest, but you're all going to take a level of exhaustion, or not full rest, long rest, but you're going to take a level of exhaustion.
Sorry, all
Okay.
of us are?
Because you're only getting about 4 hours of sleep.
Okay.
Unless you want to be late to the trial.
Nah.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, that's fair. I thought I didn't realize who we were saying too.
Yeah, so you can get about 4 hours of rest, which will be enough to get like your hit points and your spell slots back, but you're gonna take a level of exhaustion in the fact that you're not getting a full and complete rest.
So
Gotcha.
You guys may go ahead and do that now. It's been a long day for y'all.
Before I went to sleep, I locked another door. Okay, I'm gonna count all the
Okay.
rooms. That's what I meant to do last session, but I will do that.
Okay. Yeah, this day was like, what, 2, 3, 4 sessions?
I think so. Yeah.
A long day.
Toad is staying up. Toad's not going to rest at all. So
Understood.
I will not take a long rest, but I will take
Understood.
a level of exhaustion.
Okay, you may take that level of exhaustion. As far as what goes on in those 4 hours, Zephyr is awake with you. Lila stays awake. Signy stays awake. All those on top of the dock. Locket and Glaive do get their rest cycle, since they've had a pretty exhausting day. It appears. Go ahead.
Do they rest on the? Like, where do they rest?
Unless told otherwise, they would go down to the crew quarters where the beds are. But like you know, they can rest anywhere. It's more that's, you know, that repair function, that low activity situation.
Toad will send Cooper with them.
Okay.
To keep an eye on them.
Okay.
Like, to protect them, not like spying on them. But
Yeah,
to, like,
understood. Keep an eye out for any issues. Understood. As far as what occurs during your watch, yeah, I mean, the guards are all kind of grumbling and bitching about the Braylish. The watch captain finally comes out to figure out what the hell went down. So there's some frustration amongst the giants directed at the Braylish themselves. Signy spends some time working through her navigational charts, plotting out possible routes to either the next planet or the old planets, the current rotation of the moons. Lila spends some time carving some arrowheads for her bow. Zephyr spends some time in meditation. The GIF are up pretty early. They're up about 2 hours before the rest of your crew. You can tell because you can hear Lieutenant Cromwell shouting around, even from this distance. Is there anything in particular you would like to do during those 4 hours? You'd be a little degraded, but you could make potions and such if you wanted to.
No, I think Toad will just like fill the watch captain in when he comes up. Toad won't leave the ship, but will like talk off the ship. And then just keep an eye on everything. I think maybe check through like the telescope up into the atmosphere to see if there's like any sign of the Brayless ship.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a perception check. I think it's a +2 with the telescope.
+2.
You, from your vantage point here on the moon of Ear, do not see the Brayless ship. However, about half the sky is under cloud cover. So there's there's still a possibility that the ships could be there, but you can't see through the cloud cover.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what you get with your check through the telescope. Until you clear over the clouds and the atmosphere, it's a little bit harder to see past the outskirts of the moon.
Cool.
Okay. Eugene, you posted the exhaustion 2024 rules for some reason. There's just something we needed to address on that.
Oh, I thought I was just reminding myself because the current exhaustion effect special effects thing is like still the older rules,
Yeah.
like level 1 disadvantage on ability check. So this is just a reminder for everyone.
Yeah.
And I forgot that it was a roll being reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level. That was surprising.
Yeah, that's right. We did adopt the 2024 rules for the exhaustion. So. Yeah, a little bit more of a... It's kind of simpler, but also kind of more difficult. But also, I think it's a little bit more fair than just everything is halved on first level exhaustion.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is, I was just posting it to remind myself, or provide a reminder of the rules, and also note I was surprised that.
Yeah, and I don't think our sheets will automatically do it. So yeah, just something to bear in mind for everyone. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And with that, the rest of you are awakened groggily to be up in time and be ready to attend this trial. About 20 minutes before the rest of you wake, Gus is up and in the arbiter's room with you, Toad, sipping coffee, looking nervous. This is the best way to explain it.
Gus, how are you feeling?
Better than before. Since we have something that it's probably not us, but it could go wrong, right? It could still. I just don't want to be the one to bring salt. I'm just still nervous. Emotions aren't rational.
I hope you've learned your lesson about hiding grenades under your bed. I'm gonna hold on to them for a while, I think.
That's perfectly fine, Toad.
Did you lock your door?
It's
okay. Just tell the truth, and luckily Locket and Glaive will testify on our behalf that Brailish did it, and yes, things could still go wrong, but I think that they will not. But when this is over, I think we need to have a very frank discussion about your lack of oversight in this matter.
Yes, Toad.
It's not like you to be careless, Gus.
You're right. It's not like me at all.
Can Toad use 2 charges of the staff to detect evil and good?
You may.
On Gus.
On Gus.
Does that look like anything? Is it like you do a little a TSA get the wand out? Yeah, won't.
Yeah, I think Toad pushes maybe the staff in Gus's face a little. Maybe a little aggressive. I think Toad's really pissed off at Gus right now.
Understand.
Oh, yeah.
Post it for me real quick. Just as a quick reminder from me.
I can do that. Hold on.
Not I can.
I cannot.
I'll just. It's all.
Can I
Yeah,
post
it's one of those weird
item?
ones, right?
Oops. There you go.
It's okay.
Fae, fiends, celestials, aberrations, constructs, elementals are undead.
Okay. No, you do not receive a presence of an aberration or any sort of negative. Actually, none of these ping for Gus. And the things that do ping are the creatures that you know to be of a certain category in this spell. So nothing pops off.
Fae pings from the Chewingas.
A ton of Fae pings. Yes, a ton of Fae pings. Libo pings as Fae, Oak Blossom, Ethne, a few other crewmates, and then obviously the constructs on the board. Well, constructs being specifically Locket. Or not Locket, your Alaric's old homunculus. The name is escaping me at the second.
Bell?
Oh.
Bell.
You would forget my child like that?
Sorry.
I've abandoned my boy.
And then, yes, Altaic is definitely still pinging. Well, actually, would Altaic still be pinging as an aberration at the moment?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the ring. No, it would be occluding him. But also the Chewinga apparently would be lighting up, lighting up the detector as well. The Eldritch knowledge. They're in the walls.
There are the
Yeah.
walls.
So at this point, everybody is awake. Sorry, I was filling up my water bottle. Everybody is awake.
We have a little officer meeting before we attend the.
Yeah, we
Thing.
should. 100%.
Let's discuss our case, and let's bring Lockett and Glaive in here as well. Can't hear you.
You can still hear me.
We could not hear you for a
Oh,
second.
you couldn't hear me?
actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I was just being gaslit. Okay.
We would never gaslight you.
Never.
Hey, Chris. For later, can you? Not right now or whenever, but can I have control over Belle?
Yes, you should. I'm surprised you don't, but I can give it to you. That takes me like 5 seconds, so let me do that right now, actually.
So our strategy is should it be to put Lockett and Glaive as our witnesses immediately?
Well, here's what I was thinking. I think we should build a case and then use Lockett and Glaive as evidence to support that case.
Mm.
Now, I got these notes here. I will retrieve the Polly Pocket notebook. So, look. We got the blood near the dock. We've got the hair that we found in the quarters.
Right.
We got Lockett and Glaive, obviously. And we have Toads spying. I don't know if we can admit that as evidence. I mean, if they're even going to believe us, obviously they could just assume we're making things up. So maybe we leave that out. And we have the interviews with the bodies of the dead gnomes. Chris, if you're trying to say stuff, it is not coming through.
No, I'm just listening to you. I'm back at my desk. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your thing
Alright,
was
cool.
going on and off. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, it's my fan.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes picks up. I've got
No,
my
it's good. I couldn't hear it. I was just like, why is your icon blinking at me?
Yeah.
Okay, that should be a little bit
okay.
better at least.
So the only thing we don't really have is we don't have like a motive. I guess the motive in this case was just like they wanted to fuck us.
Well, I think we can use even just the attack last night as motive. They attacked us knowing that we would win the trial because we know that they tried to frame them. So
Yeah.
and them trying to stop us from doing deals on this moon, they instead knew that they were going to lose and be exposed. Therefore, they attacked us, and
Yeah, that works for me. They sabotaged the gift ship so they could sabotage our diplomacy on this planet, and after we tried to find them out, that's why they tried to attack us. I think that works.
I think it's like a good kind of narrative of time or like timeline of events type of argument that we could make.
I mean, it's a little brazen even for them, but I mean, I guess after they tried to shoot us on the dock, kind of shows they're not above anything. So that all kind of comes together. Other doubt I got is we still don't know how they got the grenades. I guess it was Jabe. I guess that's all we can really say. We don't really have like 100% confirmation as far as that goes.
Well, do Lockett and Glaive know?
Oh shit! Hey, Lockett and Glaive, you guys know about that?
So Glaive was the one that was repairing Dozer.
Mm-hmm.
Lockett knows that Dozer was given the grenades by the Bravish officers, but Dozer never said, like, Dozer never talked about where, like, how they were obtained. Excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you, Lockett. It's okay.
I don't think Warforged
You could
sneeze.
sneeze? How do I learn how to do that?
Okay, so we know Dozer's the one who did the damn thing then, huh? It's kind of weird he'd still be on their side after being made to do something like that. I don't know. He must really be a patriot.
I feel like maybe he got some like taste of responsibility or power in some capacity of being asked to do it, so
Yeah,
he thought he could just lean into that, I suppose. But
Well, when you only known one thing your whole life, it's really hard to unlearn it, so we should probably have some compassion for Dozer and the other Warforged who still serve the Brailish.
I mean, there's a reason they sent him to do it and not one of their own.
Lockett and Glaive wholeheartedly agree with your statement.
All right. Only other thing is we got the Fuldir and his whole little mind companion. It seems to have nothing to do with what's going on here. Am I crazy?
I thought it did. I thought it did in some capacity of them, like, they brought it to the moon, and we're gonna frame us for being on the gift side being on the cephalopod's side by blowing up the gift ships that they're at war. That's kind of where my train of thought on their motive was, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's connected, or maybe it is, and we just didn't get that far investigating them. But
I mean, as far as I know, the Brailish. Well, I guess we wouldn't know if the Brailish had come in contact with the Mind Flayers yet, or what.
Right. I think a likely way that happened was, I mean, the GIF are at war with them, right? So they could have tagged along on their ship, something of that nature.
Yeah, or they have ways they can teleport. I mean, we know that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Lockett, Glaive, you guys know anything about the whole Mind Flayer thing?
They do not. They are.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah, they are not aware of what that is.
We should go check on Fuldir, by the way.
Oh, we should.
Maybe after this is done.
Yeah, hopefully he got forged or sewed health. I don't know. Nursed back.
Get some lava in his brain. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Extra
Allows his brain to fly? What?
I don't know.
That was incredible.
You know, gingerbread man in the gingerbread house, right? Like, who's the man, who's the house?
Should we call Wrench the Autognome to the stand as well? They're the one that brought Gus's grenade up after we confiscated the rest of them.
That's right.
Wait, did the Brailish take the Autognomes with them, or the Autognomes are here on the planet permanently?
There is a considerable population of Autognomes that were given over to the Giants.
Gotcha. That's what.
However, Lozer, Lockett and Glaive confirmed that there are more Autognomes in hibernation in the Intrepid hull. Not as it is a smaller population, but they are on the hull. They are on the Intrepid. But yeah, it doesn't appear that the Autognomes were taken off of this moon.
So Wrench is here, is basically.
Yes.
We can have him as a witness. Okay.
Yes. Wrench is
Then
still
I agree
here.
with you, Toad. We should do that. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be honest. He seems like a pretty honest guy. Fella.
I don't know that they know. They're so new. I don't know that they know about lying yet.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Do they even know, like, that they were part of a scheme?
They seem really innocent. I don't know.
I wish we could.
Maybe.
Yeah, do we have time to talk to him before the trial? I mean, we got to get there pretty soon.
You can, if you want them to be there, you can request their presence and you can try to chat with them, like either before the trial starts or during the trial. You can take a moment to talk with them to confirm information. Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
Hope they'll know that they're not in trouble when we ask them to come to trial.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
I don't want them to be worried. They seem like they're undergoing a lot of stress.
Okay. I feel like we got a pretty decent case. The only thing is, Gus, you just got to be honest about what you feel about the whole thing, and I think things will pretty much work out.
Is there anything else that you wish to tell us before we report to the king, this giant king?
No, I mean, my concerns from before are a little bit stronger now based on what you told me about Full Deer, but
Gus, I didn't detect any aberrant presences on you earlier.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, then no. Still a little nervous, but I mean, I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to go to court?
I never suspected you for a minute, Gus. Nothing to be worried about. And I'll pat him on the back, and I'll hold my hand there for a second. And can I use the tremor sense to see if there's anything abnormal?
Go for it. Yeah, let's just do a straight up perception check.
You're like rubbing Gus's back.
It's okay, Gus. We got this.
You're sensing some tremors in his body of nervousness, but besides that, no. And again, you were a bit overwhelmed by the absolute 1,000 Chewingas in your nearby vicinity. They're even in the floorboards, so it's like you like feel like you're walking on like worms. It's like so many, so. And when they're melded into the floor, like their bodies kind of twist and move in a way that doesn't seem to make sense. So, yeah.
I feel like it's like a feeling of, like, I can sense it, and the sense becomes like an actual like physical feeling, and it's queasy. And
Yeah.
So Valerian, this whole conversation really has been on top of the chair, sitting on the arm of the arbiter's chair, because he is trying to get as far away from the floor as possible, and then he gets down, pats Gus on the back, gets right back up to his spot, kind of just holds his head in his hand.
Yeah. How long does that tremor sense last for? Remind me?
It lasts.
It's a couple days or something, isn't it?
For 7 days, yeah.
7
Jesus.
days. Okay. And you did it yesterday, so this is day 2 of 7.
Day 2.
Yep. Okay. Good to know.
Sounds like more of a curse than a blessing.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, you can't really turn it off. Okay. Any other topics of discussion your group needs to cover before you head out?
I mean, we do, like, I just don't know, what do we do after the trial, I guess. Maybe we can cross that bridge when we get there, but the Brailers are still a very real threat, I feel like.
We got a whole new ship in our fleet. We could let them take care of it if we need to do some housekeeping. Because I think now's an opportunity to get a head start. Let's get to the next moon and leave what's behind, you know?
Maybe they think that we will chase them. Okay, I like that. Actually, I didn't think that as an option.
Well, we have to wait for our little pixie ship to be made, right?
Oh, true.
And we have to go back
That's
to the
on-
Hadozi as well, right? Olaroon?
No, it's on its way here already. I think.
Olrun, yeah, it's on its way here from
Right.
Olrun. And they
It'll
are...
take a 10-day.
Take a 10-day, and I think we're, day 3 on this moon?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It'll give us time to patch things up with the GIF and check on Full Deer at least.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've got the Red Saber already coming here. Because they're the ones that would be ferrying the supplies.
So after the Red Saber hooks us up with our little pixie ship, we can send them back to check on our allies while we move on to the next moon.
Yeah. Is there any way that we can contact the Red Saber from the Dragonhawk, like, long range like that?
Did we just establish that we could communicate within like one moon of each other or something like that?
Yeah, so let me look at the map. I do believe that was the case specifically for the Red Saber. You can communicate within one moon. So you're here, and they're coming from Olrun. So I'm gonna say that you can communicate with them past day 6. So you can guesstimate that they'll be, if you're using the ship-to-ship communication, that's within one moon. So
I
yeah,
totally
because
forgot
they
about
have to pass Therendor to get to Ear. So they're not within that range of communication yet. And then you can communicate with any of your, I'll just use the general phrase, any of your bastion locations from Olrune all the way to the Ring of Sybaris. So that between the Ring of Sybaris, Zarantor, and Olrune, there's a network in between. So that's easily communicatable, but outside of that, yeah, you can only contact the Red Saber, or you can send basically like messages that would take a week to a 10-day to transfer back if you're further out. So,
Got it.
yeah, there's like snail mail, ship to ship with the Red Saber, and then once you actually get to Olrune and deeper, general, easier, you can send communications that only have like a couple of minutes delay.
Oh, well, I guess we can just wait for the Red Saber to get in. I think it'll be safe for them too, but I'm concerned that they will get attacked kind of on the way here. But
They're big.
I think
It's
if
a
we wait
big ass
we have
ship.
3 more days, yeah. I mean, it's hard to miss, right? But I mean, if it's a 10-day, sorry, if it's day 3 that we've been here already, and they have 3 more days before we can get in contact. 3 or so more days before we can get in contact with them. I think we'll be fine for now. And we focus on this trial. We stay here. Hopefully, I'll get my social credit score up to be able to buy a good shield. I'll have to find out how to make money first. And I think we set up business as well. It'll be good. Ready to head out?
I'm ready.
Here we
Let's
go.
do it.
All right.
Cooper's gonna come with us.
Cooper's gonna
Ooh.
come with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Can we do our break a little bit early tonight? Can we do a 10-minute break now? Is that okay with
No!
everyone?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
All right.
Right.
All right. We back. So, the people you're taking with you, Chief Gus, obviously, as the accused, and then Lockett, Glaive, and then Cooper, correct?
Yes.
The Snooper.
Cooper Snooper.
Cooper Snooper. Okay. All right. Let me make sure that all of those things are at the correct location. Just grab.
Oh, and we're summoning Wrench to come testify.
You are summoning Wrench, yes. And I will... you can pass that along to the guards on your way there. Duke Zalto comes to come get y'all, so you can pass that along to Duke Zalto, and he'll make sure that you're calling Wrench as a witness, and you'd like at least Wrench to be present. Find where's Cooper? I gotta find Cooper.
Cooper is currently.
I see him. Okay. All right. So 4 of you are escorted back into the King's Chambers. So, like before, it's actually not Corporal Finlinson present at this moment. It is a different attendant. Fix that. Any other
for cross-examining him like that?
any other last minute things? Are you casting any spells on each other or anything like that?
Oh.
Way we could get rid. How do we get rid of this exhaustion? I guess there's no way at this point. Huh? Really strong coffee.
Is Lustration? How did we do it last time? Because I had exhaustion before the trial.
You had a hangover.
You were
You were
drunk.
poisoned.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
poisoned.
Yeah, this restoration just doesn't hit exhaustion.
I will cast enhance ability for charisma on Valerian, who's shooting from the hip.
Mhm.
Pow, pow, pow.
Okay. Okay. You should be able to actually cast it on Valerian on this map, and the effect should hit.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, amazing.
Have the giants been speaking a specific language, like amongst themselves?
They have been mostly
Oh.
speaking. Yeah, so the giants have been speaking common, but occasionally you will hear them speak in their giant. Like there is a standard giant language, but it's clear that common is the majority language here due to the amount of factions and businesses they have. So it's you kind of notice it's a direct correlation on each moon of how much exposure they get to the outside world of whether or not they speak common or their native language. So
Gotcha. Then he will ritually cast. Yes, ritually cast comprehend language.
Okay.
It's a self cast.
Yep.
And it's a setup of just like, oh, he just wants to get a little bit of extra insight. You know, maybe they'll, maybe they'll curse, or maybe they'll be surprised in their own tongue. Probably you could just take that from context clues, but
yeah. Roll me a perception check to see if you can pick up anything on your way to the king's realm. The guards that are with you appear to be ready to be done. Like, they're commenting that they're ready for this shit to be over with. Why are we still doing this? So they seem to be supportive of, what y'all have talked about in the past. There is conversations while walking referring to an incident that occurred at the potato. So there's talk about what you know to be the incident with Fuldir.
Yeah, but what else could they be talking about?
Yeah, and kind of the fear around what that was and the questions behind that. So
And the savior behind that, perhaps?
Get your autograph later.
Yeah, it's not focused on the actions that your party took. It's focused on the fear around something in a giant's head. That's much more emotionally gripping for the general population.
Okay. Yeah, we'll note this. It's like, well, I think that our current trial is coming to a speedy close, given that there are no surprises upcoming. But Captain, it seems like there might be another point of leverage. They're very reasonable concern about the intelligence and the intellect of ours. It seems you as the Dragonhawk being a crew of experienced travelers and dealing with aberrants. Maybe they'll see value in working with us for the future and in addressing perhaps and finding the source of that infection.
It's like Rick said, I wonder if it is connected to the Brailers, but I don't know. I feel like this has kind of stunted any investigation that we could have had into that specifically, but maybe it'll lead us back around.
They don't seem quite eager to sponsor other ships to do investigation now, but perhaps we could present ourselves as investigators. We have our own questions we want answering. Why not share them?
Let's get through this trial first, and then we can get our social credit score up enough to do that. And to get a nice shield.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'll take it. They look so nice. There was like gems in one. It was
Oh, I'm glad that things are looking so upbeat. How's everyone looking? Gus, how are you feeling?
nervous, ready to get this over with. Ready
Yeah,
to get this
let's
weight off
get-
my back.
Let's get your
Too
name
long
clear,
now.
Gus.
Okay. So you were brought to the chambers. You were requested to relieve your weapons.
Of course.
There is an issue with Glaive and Locket that they have arm blades. So most of you would be familiar with this. The standard Warforged armament during the last war was an arm blade. Think a magically attached, think like Assassin's Creed, where you can pull the blade out of a certain wrist motion. Very similar to that, but longsword. So it's very common that you can recognize a Warforged that served, and Toad, I'm interested in your perception if you've had one of these, but it was almost like standard equipment that they were given, and when they were finished with the war, like, because they're magically attuned to it, they typically kept it as a level of protection. So the general consensus is never assume a Warforged is unarmed. But the issue is that they're magically attuned to it. So they're a bit hesitant. And they're being kind of forced to deattune from this item. And it's taking them longer than, what you would expect for a 2 minute. Seems like it's a slower process. But that is a good question. Toad, were you equipped with an arm blade during the last war?
What an interesting question. Let's say yes.
Okay.
But Toad no longer has an arm blade.
Okay.
An arm bladectomy.
Yeah. So easier question is, what are the weapons that you're keeping on hand? Valerian, you're just
Nothing. I got nothing.
fucking battery.
Search me.
But for everybody else, is there anything in particular you're keeping on your persons?
Nah.
Nah.
All right.
No, it's
Okay.
just like, this is a recording, Crystal. It's like, will the Duke mind if we keep our own recording?
No, they do not mind recording, as this is already being recorded for their records. They want to examine the crystal to ensure that there's no other nefarious purposes. Do you allow them to examine the crystal?
Please do. We didn't
For-
score anything sensitive on that recording. No one has been recording their own home movies. They're practicing music, dance. No, all right,
Dude,
good.
spoken
Val's
word on
looking
one,
around
hopefully it's
nervously.
not that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you grab a fresh one? You got fresh
No.
ones?
Let me roll.
You gonna roll for it?
No, Rick's sword practice has been on there. No.
That was a different one.
Okay. So Forge Master Zund comes down from near the king and gives a quick examination, deems it harmless. It seems to do the intended purposes, and is a bit intrigued by the technology. And does inquire if these are something that can be purchased, because it seems a lot easier than what their current recordings of these kind of trials are.
Ooh, perhaps we could
Yeah, we
discuss
could work
some sort of
something
trade.
out. Yeah.
And he says Duke Zalto would be the one. Duke Zalto seems like he normally is the one transcribing all this anyways, so maybe worth it to talk to him. So, okay. With that, you are brought into the chambers. Let me grab Cooper. Where do you put Cooper? Just in the back with Glaive and Locket?
Yeah, he's a little emotional support fox today.
I love it. Okay. All right, so the aggrieved party is present. The accused party is present. King Zundar calls the trial to order. prosecution is permitted to have their opening arguments first. And then defense follows. And then prosecution calls their witnesses. Defense calls their witnesses. And then at the end of witness calling and any evidence presentation, so it's opening, hard evidence, witnesses, closing comments. That's the 4 steps of this trial. Just over the table explanation.
Heard, Chef.
Yes, Chef.
Aye, Captain.
So Commander Hauk steps up and begins to go into this speech about how he seems nervous. He seems stressed. It's clear that this speech was well prepared until the events of last night. But he restates that the evidence that was presented during the preliminary hearing still provides beyond a doubt that the Chief of Security, Chief Gus, his grenades were directly implicit in the sabotage of the GIF. And while there were some tertiary matters with the Brailish, the prosecution still asserts that could have all have been distractions and finger pointing in attempts to relieve Chief Gus of his duties of neutrality aboard the dock. And he stresses the implication that Lieutenant Cromwell lost men in this incident and that responsibility should be laid on Chief Gus's feet due to his negligence in protection of the grenades and in his assertion participation in the sabotage of the gift ship. And that is his opening statement.
I'll look at
Defense. Your arguments?
Hey.
I think you had a good case, Rick. I think you present.
Oh, well, I don't have the charisma buff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just if I.
Just say what I would say.
Yeah.
Shoot from the hip.
Today, Gus is on trial for allegedly putting the grenades in the gift ship, but we will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is no scenario and motive for Gus, and in fact there is a motive for the Brailish who so brazenly attacked the sanctity of this moon and of this dock, and the law of this moon and dock. I think we'll prove that by a number of evidence that we have, including physical evidence, witness testimony, and Gus's own testimony, if it comes to it.
He nods at you. Well then.
I think, yeah, I'll
Go
step back.
Oh, okay. Alright. Prosecution, your evidence, your witnesses. Commander Hawk reasserts the evidence that was provided at the preliminary hearing. And due to the fact that one of their witnesses is incapacitated, they asked for Fuldear's previous statements to be admitted as previously testified to. There is a summation of damages implicated in to evidence, as in Lieutenant Cromwell itemized the costs associated with repairing the ship and the costs of processing the remains of his soldiers. And it equates out to about 20,000 gold. That is majority damages to the bombard. About 5,000 of that is for processing of remains and the rituals required to conduct a gift burial back on their home planet, as every gift that is slain in performance of their duties is brought home. So he itemizes the travel cost and whatnot. So give me a second. I'm trying to think. Yes. So while they don't have, actually no, they do call. They intend to call Forge Master Zund as a witness. So the circle, Forge Master Zund casts the Truth Circle, and he steps in. Interesting point of note here is, as Forge Master Zund is casting the spell, Rick and Toad, you see a slight wince of his eyes, as if there's some mental strain while casting the spell. And then he proceeds to step into it. Commander Hawk has Forge Master Zund testify as to the events that occurred at the Potato, as character evidence of your crew's willingness towards violence, particularly towards, public places, and not afraid to conduct violence in such manners. Commander Hawk attempts to paint a picture via Forge Master Zund's testimony that there's evidence to support Ondarian crew in general have a propensity to commit violence on Ear itself. So Forge Master Zund's testimony is basically to that degree. And with that, Commander Hawk ends his testimony, and you are offered an opportunity to interview Forge Master Zund if you so desire. And at this point, as we're starting the trial, Wrench McGizmo shows up alongside Dynamo and Nimble. And interestingly enough, the other autonomes that you were speaking to, one of them shows up, Bolt Grip, and was at the Potato as well. Defense?
Oh, yeah.
Questions for the witness?
I would like to question the witness.
Proceed.
Forge Master Zund, you mentioned our activities at the Potato. Could you go into more detail about the events that occurred there?
Yes, when I was called to the scene, it was reported that some sort of attack had occurred, resulting in a critical condition of Fuldir, one of the dock workers. When I arrived, Fuldir was in critical condition, but stable. I immediately took Fuldir to the forge, where he currently is recovering from his injuries.
Were you aware of what had occurred to Fuldir prior to you arriving on the scene? Had anyone filled you in?
I was told by the guard on station who had witnessed it that the giant in question attempted to flee from him, and he identifies the four of you. And then your captain, I believe, pursued and stabbed him in the head with a knife.
Well, when you put it like that. Uh, remind me, what was the bartender's name again?
Oh,
Lund.
But
Lund.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
gonna say lung, but yeah.
Lund.
Forge Son, did you ever meet and take the witness testimonies of the bartender for the potato?
I did.
What did he have to say about it?
Quintessentially the same thing. That he added that Fulder was acting strange, not listening to demands from our friend. And then when he came outside, there appeared to be a fight between yourselves and Fulder himself.
Do we have the intellect devour samples?
yeah, Toad would have brought them as part of the evidence.
Okay, interesting. Okay, I'll speak to King Zundir. With permission, Your Majesty, I'd like to enter into evidence. Well, what we found in Fuldir's brain and why we had to stab it.
Prosecution? You intend to bring this in via the witness testimony before us?
Just to clear up the events.
No objections, Your Honor. At this point, I'd like to know also, Lieutenant Cromwell is definitely more muted in his temperament here.
Yeah.
But okay.
In fact, I think perhaps our gift companions here might know exactly what I'm about to show. Toad, did you have the specimen?
Yes, of course. Oh, sorry. I'm a little tired. I'm a little over the place.
Whoa, whoa.
Yes. Here you go, Rick.
Is it like in a jar? Is it like in a gross jar?
It's in a really nice jar.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm
Really well taken care of, you know?
I hold up a beautiful mason jar of dissected intellect devour.
Okay. Forgemaster's done sees it. Everyone sees it. Recognition. I'm assuming that you're wanting to see who recognizes this jar.
I assume Cromwell definitely knows what's in it.
Yeah,
But
let's
as
go
for
ahead.
everybody else, let's see.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll insight checks.
Okay.
Valerian, it is not you. You are not it. You are not it, Valerian.
Did I get a -1?
However, it's
Oh
counterbalanced.
my.
It's counterbalanced by Altaic.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And then the rest of you roll pretty well as well.
-3.
Yeah, that's so.
I just had to show it.
It's actually -5 with exhaustion, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
it's
even
-5
worse.
with exhaustion. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh.
Yeah, all of you would be just generally -2 on all your checks. Okay. Okay. So yes, Lieutenant Cromwell and his gift associate have a look of recognition. And then Forgemaster Zund seems to have a look of recognition. And then with a natural 20, Altaic, you would see a sense of... What am I going to say? What's the emotion here? I'm going to say fear as to the contents of what's inside this jar.
From whomst?
From Forgemaster Zund.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. We'll definitely pass this forward using his telekinetic speech, noting in turn that Forgemaster Zund, seems particularly perturbed.
Well, he's on the stand right now. I'll take for that information. Forge Master Sun, it seems you already know what this is. Do I need to explain?
Yeah, it's I'm assuming it's more of the remains that were found, when we recovered Full Deer outside the potato last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was, well, it's an intellect devour, and is what it's called, I believe, and it was devouring his intellect.
That would explain some of the symptoms I've been seeing.
I believe, the bartender for the potato can also attest to the fact that we were also healing Full Deer after we extracted it. This wasn't some kind of, random chance that we happened to find something in it. We were intending to help him in this regard.
That is entirely possible.
Then I have presented my evidence, and hopefully this can help provide some context for why we stabbed a man in the head. We weren't doing it for fun, people.
Very well.
I'll take. Did you give the telepathic message to Valerian as well?
Yes, he'll have given it to each of the crew officers in turn.
You can stagger. Yeah, when you're in close proximity, you can just switch targets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a bonus action, but
Yeah.
Very
it's-
surprising.
We're
the
loosey-goosey here, so.
It seemed like you'd not even give the Valerian recognize what that was. But I will, if you're done, Rick.
Yeah, and prosecution is done. Do you have more questions for Forge Master Zund, or do you want to bring up another one?
I have like one or two questions for the Forge
Okay.
Master. I'll just ask. So, Forge Master, other than last night, have you seen the Intellect Devourer anywhere else around this moon or anywhere?
Not to my knowledge. The Truth Circle glitters a negative response.
What does that mean in this context? Negative
It,
good
me-
or negative
it means
bad?
it means
Negative
lie.
Ah,
Okay.
objection, Your Honor, he's lying. Sorry, I had to say it.
I mean, it's valid. Actually, Your Majesty, if you don't mind, do I have permission to approach the witness?
You make a persuasion check. This is his Forge Master.
I think it rolled with disadvantage because of the exhaustion, maybe? I don't know why.
Yeah, it's okay. I understand.
It rolled with advantage because you've got
advantage.
Eagle
sorry.
Splendor.
Yeah. That's why I didn't highlight.
King Zundor allows you to approach, but he asks what your intent is.
If I can provide a little testimony, I was there last night. In fact, I was the one that performed the operation, at least in midair, on Full Deer. And I would like to determine if this is an epidemic within your community. And it seems that Forge Master Zund has seen these before. And I want to make sure that I can safely diagnose Forge Master Zund here while ensuring the truth is given within proximity of the Forge Master.
Possibly. Give me 1 sec. Arthur's here to say goodnight. I'm gonna pause the recording. So
I didn't even realize.
okay, we're back live. Okay. Yes, you are given permission to approach because King Zundor cares for the health of all of his subjects.
Okay. Forge Master, I just want to, for the record, ask you again, if you had to really think about it, is there any other time that you've seen anything resembling an intellect devourer?
I don't know.
Do you mind if I shake your hand? I'll reach out.
He seems nervous. Yeah, he takes her hand.
Okay. I'm going to try, with my head buzzing, to use Tremor Sense to see if I can sense anything in his head.
Okay. Perception check. Okay. Hard to read. The fire within the Forge Master is rather strong. And it causes so many vibrations throughout his body, you are unable to get a clear sight picture as to what you're intentionally looking for. He's hard to read.
Okay. Step back. I think that's all of questions I have.
Nothing else for the prosecution. Forge Master Zund is told to step out of the circle. Prosecution does not have any further witnesses or evidence, so anything else is up to you.
Can I quickly, while Zund is being questioned, can I ask Wrench a question?
You may.
I'm gonna say, hey, buddy, hey, Wrench.
Hello, Toad.
Do you remember finding a grenade on our ship when you searched it?
Yes, I do.
Where did you find it?
It was on top of the bed of the cabin I was searching.
And it was just there when you went in?
Yes, it was out in the open.
Is Wrench lying to me?
Inside check.
He
Just
wouldn't.
grilling
Fred,
the
be
little guy.
honest.
Wrench appears to be truthful.
Interesting.
Someone
Okay.
set us up.
That's concerning. Okay, Wrench, we may ask you to testify at some point, but I don't know that we will. Would you be willing to if we asked you?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're
Have you
welcome.
thought about unionizing, or? Okay, so
Oh, what's
this is the
that?
right time for this, but just think about
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Give him some pamphlets. Give him some pamphlets real quick.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Code has
Okay.
a zine you can read.
Okay. All right. What other evidence are you putting on? Physical or testimonial?
If we have another idea, as Rick would like to put forth the spot of Warforged blood.
Okay, the recording of Warforged blood.
Mm-hmm.
So to enter evidence into testimony, physical evidence, someone has to testify as to where it came from. Right.
I
So-
will nominate either myself or the guy that I told to record it.
Yeah. Okay. Easily enough, we can go past that. We can go past that formality. You can step into the circle and testify that you recorded it, or that it was recorded in your presence, and the evidence is brought in, and it details the Warforged blood near the ship itself. Okay. What else are you giving over as evidence?
Do we want to bring up the hair?
We already entered it into evidence before, but we should
Mhm.
certainly bring it back up.
Yeah, you can bring it up in
We-
your argument.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
we
true.
bring it up with having Locket or Glaive on the stand.
Okay, then now that we've introduced the blood, then let's just get Locket and Glaive to go do the damn thing.
The testimony from the dead autonomes, though, did we record that?
No, I don't think
We
so.
So it'd just be hearsay from us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, put Locket or Glaive up there.
Okay, which one goes up first?
Who's more confident?
Probably Locket.
I nominate Lockett then.
Lockett steps into the circle of truth.
Val, you want me to do it, or you want to do it?
No. I mean, you can. I think you have a great. You laid it out perfectly. I think.
Okie dokie. I can question. I don't need a Riz to question a witness.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. To introduce evidence as well. Yeah. Not at all.
For the court, Lockett, can you tell us who were you working for as you arrived on this planet?
I was working under contract under the Braylish military detachment aboard the crew of aboard the ship of the Intrepid.
Wonderful. Can you tell us, what do you know about the attack on the gift ship?
I am to understand that it was on the orders of the captain. My understanding is that it was to place you and yours under a degree of suspicion with the giants present in order to provide a positive light of continued operations with the King's Argosy. It's a faction of support.
I'm going to see the reactions of Hawk, Cromwell,
Yeah, so Commander Hawk will make an objection as to hearsay. In that Lockett, is just stating what he thinks he knows. So
I can have a counter
king,
objection if it would be allowed, but
yeah, the king wants you to clarify the statements. The king wants you to clarify where this is coming from.
I don't think this is hearsay. If a member of the Braylish crew thinks that the Braylish did it, is that not relevant? Even if they were not direct witnesses to the act itself. If one of my crew said that my crew did it, then wouldn't that be relevant?
I would need evidence as to how and why this individual knows this.
Lockett, I don't need you to name names. I know this is sensitive information for you, but can you state for the court that you, in fact, know the person on your ship that did it?
Yes, I do.
The flames don't turn red, right? They stay blue, or they stay red?
The flames stay true.
Ooh. I'm not going to ask our witness to implicate his friends. I ask that you do the same, but he does know, in fact, the person who was ordered by their captain to sabotage the gift ship.
Any other questions for Lockett before prosecution conducts their side of this?
I look back to the rest. You guys have any questions you want me to ask?
Can ask about the repairs. Did anybody get injured from any part of this operation, and who was it, and what happened?
Well, we're trying to keep. I think we're trying to keep Dozer anonymous at this point. We're not trying to.
I mean, you're right. I think you could try to keep it anonymous, but they would just say, "Okay, who is it?" But yeah, it's a good one. Other than that,
maybe to make it not to name Dozer, but maybe I'll make it more explicit. For the sake of the narrative here, what you told us was that the individual who was responsible for the GIF ship was injured by the explosion that they created, correct?
Correct.
And this, the court will note, lines up with the evidence of Warforged blood at the backside of the gift ship that we have submitted to evidence as well. I have nothing further.
All right. Commander Hawk goes up to cross-examine Lockett and begins to attempt to paint a picture that because Lockett is now a part of your crew, he could be swayed to testify on the behalf of your ship. And when asked about why Lockett has defected to your ship as a matter of character consequence, let's see how well he does this.
Yeah, because I would object to that.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
Same with Altag. It's like, oh, it's like to being a part of the Dragon Hawk is no further reason to, to doubt our honesty, especially within the confines of the Circle of Truth.
Yes. Perhaps he could be swayed, but he certainly could not lie in your circle of truth.
unless
Also-
that is you don't trust Forge Master Sun's magic.
Also, I gotta say, I'd be swayed if someone told me that my captain made one of my crew members try and go and sabotage someone in the name of their nation. I'd switch sides too. That seems reasonable.
Your
Sounds like the
objection is
truth
sustained.
persuasive.
The line of questioning is halted. Unlock it in that manner on that subject.
Boom.
There you
Um,
go.
Lawyered.
It's clear and apparent that Commander Hawk is doing his best to try to make the argument and trying to make
He's
a
just doing
case
his
here, but it's kind of falling apart in front of him.
He's doing his job. It's not his fault.
He's doing his job. That's exactly right. Rick and Toad again. You see Forge Master Zund wince in pain again.
Do we
Um,
need to like maybe call recess here?
I mean, I
Maybe
did
we.
think he's infected in some way, but I don't know. I couldn't sense anything.
Well, Toad's got their little metal detector, their aberration detector. So
Well, not. Fortunately, the guards have my aberration detector.
maybe you can ask him to use it.
I'd be happy to, help and assist, bring up this concern. We're concerned about Fuldeer's health before too. I'd imagine that they'd accept our notice.
I mean, if Commander Hawk doesn't have any more questions for the witness, then I think we would ask for like a little recess,
Yeah.
a little break.
There's no more questions for Lockett. So you
A high
are
five Lockett when he walks past.
Okay. You are permitted a short recess. I'll say probably been courts are long, y'all. I'll say this has been about 2 hours.
Okay.
Toad is
Oh,
the best.
then.
Not the break. It's been 2 hours, so it's about 9
Yeah.
a.m. right now. But
Yes,
you can have a
but
quick. You can have a 5
Enhanceability
minute.
has worn off of Valerian.
Oh.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. You got 5 minutes.
Altag would like to approach Forge Masters and try to extend the concern of the Dragonhawk. We have noticed we noticed that you might be experiencing some pain during the proceedings. We have a physician, and we have a physician and druid. We have ample access to healing. Is there something that's concerning you? We could do an examination with some of our equipment that has been stowed away outside of this courtroom.
Make a persuasion check.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Tech, yeah. So 21.
Forge Master Zund. You're not hiding your nature right now, right? Still?
I'm
Or
not
are you?
hiding my nature. I saw the ring. Like. Yeah, so I have the ring that allows me to, maintain Nistel's magic aura. It has 4 charges.
Yeah, look
I
at
can expend
Nistel's
2
magic.
charges. It regains 1d4. Yeah, I should have.
Divination spells reveal false information about it. Okay.
Mhm.
The divination spells would not reveal that you are.
Mhm.
However, you sense a short burst of telepathic link from what you recognize to be an intellect devourer inside of Fort
Oh.
Master's armor.
Well, shit.
Here I go again.
Urging you to let the matter lie. Forge Master's son is fine. Continue about your trial.
Is he
Do
fine?
not,
I think right
do
now.
not escalate this.
This is a moment where like I'll take like grows very still, and he responds back. It's like, you're compromising his position right now, and it's just like you're compromising him in front of the entire room of observers who are sure to be above board. And
We
then there's like
will. The response is, we will not continue. We will not escalate further if you do not escalate further.
there's a bit of just like, oh man, yeah, this is I'll take now short firing back to the oh god, I'll take wants to use telepathic speech to reach out to the captain while trying to assuage this intellect devourer. He, there's a beat where he's going to try to like speak. If you want help in trying to be less obvious about this, let's, it's just like we can hold further discussions. In the meantime, he's gonna ping Captain Valerian to say, suspicions confirmed. Forge Master's son is compromised.
I'll look to Rick and to Toad. Caw-caw! Caw-caw!
Oh, it's a bird.
Oh,
We need more signals.
So you've got a compromised individual, but they've asked you not to escalate in this room where you have no arms.
Oh well, I have
Can you
arms.
look
I got these 2 pythons.
Pow pow!
You, the 5-minute time is almost up for the trial to continue.
What do we do?
Rick is down to play. I'm down to play. Cool.
it may be unrelated to the. Maybe we deal with that after the trial.
Okay, but if it gets worse, if there's like, I mean, you both would know what makes it get worse, but if it gets worse, we have to act. I mean, every second we don't, if it is an intellect devourer, it's eating his brain matter. We couldn't even put back all of Folder's either. But, okay, we'll play cool.
That's the response given back to Altaik as well.
Yeah, I think I'll look back and think that exact thing. Yeah, we play cool. We play cool. Come back.
Well, perhaps another time, Forge Master. Our doors are while we're here at port. we'll be happy to accept you and to help you, assist you at any time.
There's a brief look of confusion on Forge Master Zun's face, because it seems like he wasn't present during the conversation. So he seems confused. But then the king calls you back and requests any remaining witness testimony or evidence.
All right. We got anything left? Do we want to put Gus on the stand just to get his testimony that he didn't do it, or do we even need
I
to
think
do it?
I think
Let's
if
see.
we could get Glaive up there too, just to reinforce what Lockett said, but we're not doing anything new. So I think Gus would be the last kind of key
Have
here.
we illustrated what we needed for our story, for our narrative? They insist that Gus was the only one with access to those grenades. Their debris was found, so he's he's involved. We are essentially countering that, but we're not including the hair as evidence. Do I remember that correctly?
It's
No,
already
we
in.
We did.
already
Okay.
did that evidence.
So we're going to claim that he's not neglectful, someone infiltrated our security.
right.
And that we have reports, we have witnesses corroborating that we have Warforged blood at the scene. They also fired at us at the moment we got the witnesses. Should we put like Altaic's recording? Should we present that?
Oh yeah, I think that'd be the coup de grace. Well, they already know about it, but it would be good to reinforce, right? I'm sure they know that we got fired on.
Yeah. And like I don't know how much we want. We can put Gus. I don't know what additional info we'll get from putting him on the stand,
Except
as
for him
opposed to
just saying no.
We kind of
I
already did
think-
that last time, though, to a
Yeah.
degree. But he's more sure of himself now. Last time it was a little wavery.
Well, Gus didn't testify last time.
Yeah,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I
He
actually never got him
refused.
on. Yeah.
Well, technically by not guilty is kind of a no as well, but yeah, you're right. He didn't testify
Okay.
at all.
Let's put Gus on the. We'll bring Gus up and have him say what he thinks occurred.
We could also, I was thinking, maybe it's not worth it, but we could bring Glaive up as well to testify basically about Captain Jabe's skill set. And that establish that they're the roguish type, or maybe that they can go invisible. We actually don't even know, right? So they could give us
We should
information
discuss
that
that
we don't even.
with them before we bring them up on the stand.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that at all. Yeah, shoot from the hip here. Okay,
There we go.
right.
If you wanna talk to Lockett and Glaive about Captain Jabe and if they could have done this thing while I get Gus up on the stand, we can do that.
Perfect. Okay.
prep the witness.
Your Honor,
Let's-
I would like to bring Chief Gus to the stand.
All right. Chief Gus nervously steps into the circle.
Chief Gus, you've been a long time employee for us. Not even employee. That's kind of the wrong word for it, huh? Officer. Very loyal. Very worth having around. Very reliable. But, unfortunately, we cannot prove that it wasn't your grenades that were used in this explosion. However, can you tell us, were these grenades taken from you with your knowledge?
No.
Do you have any contact with the Brailish crew?
No.
Did you facilitate this sabotage?
I do not believe so.
How'd the flames look?
Flames have been holding steady and true.
All right. I turn my witness over.
There is a point of discussion between Commander Hawk and Lieutenant Cromwell about which questions to ask. And Commander Hawk looks very dejected, pessimistic. The conversation appears very pessimistic. And Lieutenant Cromwell seems to resign himself. And Commander Hawk states that he has no questions for Chief.
Oh.
Meanwhile,
It looks like they've given up. Meanwhile, you're inquiring
I'm trying to
about
check Glaive.
Captain Jave's skill set, and Maki can contribute to this too.
Yeah.
He describes Captain Jave's skills with that equivalent to the D&D class of Ranger. Trail finder, exploring wilderness.
You ever seen them go invisible?
Not to his knowledge. I'm checking to see if there's any rumors that could. He describes of movement skill, in which during her scouting she'll kind of blend in with the scenery. He's describing what you understand due to Toad having the ability of pass without a trace.
Oh.
Okay.
Ask Glaive if Jabba is the kind to get their own hands dirty.
Yeah.
She is.
Mm.
It seems like the operational tempo aboard the Intrepid, as far as shore parties, it's a little bit more of a balance of some of the workforce going off and doing things, but when it comes to engaging with other factions, their officers lead their ship similar to how you.
Gotcha. They also think that they're protagonists.
Yeah. They obviously don't know.
Yeah, we're the actual play characters here. Come on.
They haven't.
There's 5 of them, and whenever the shore party leaves, 4 of them always leave, and 1 stays behind. And whoever that one person is rotates with them.
Gotcha.
As you all have encountered when you dealt with them on Sprint. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2 stay on.
Okay.
I think all we need to do is just get Glaive to put into the possibility that Captain Jabba was capable of sneaking on board.
Yeah,
And
that
that
they're
they-
capable of magic and the
That
sort
this is
of
something
work.
they would do or would be capable of doing. They wouldn't like defer it to someone else, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Then if there's no other questions for Chief Gus, we will relieve our witness.
Yeah, easy enough. I'll speed this up. Glaive testifies to what you need to the capabilities of Captain Jabe, but obviously he cannot confirm that Captain Jabe was the one to do anything on the ship itself.
Yeah, this is more like narrative building.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else you
And we
want on
remind
Glaive?
the court of the hair, blah blah blah. I give
Yep.
Chief Gus a high five also.
Okay. Any other witnesses or evidence you wish to present to the king?
I think we got this.
think
Toad, I
that's
don't think we need to bring up a wrench or anybody.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think it would be helpful. I after talking to Wrench, I only have more questions about how a grenade just appeared on Gus's bed after we took them all, but yeah, I don't think we need to involve Wrench.
Okay, gotcha. We'll leave the little guys out of it.
Okay.
Your Honor, nothing further. I've always wanted to say that.
I thought it's so cool.
Prosecution makes their argument. It's restates the possibility of like he calls into question. Like now he's targeting the possibility of the circle itself. They've potentially found a way to get around the circle.
Mhm.
Doesn't seem to be an effective part. Defense closing arguments.
I think we presented a pretty. Oh, go ahead, Valerian. You do it.
Just like to paint a picture for the court.
Yeah. Painting from the hip.
I think the story begins when the Brailish get here. We've established that Captain Jabe of the Brailish, and her crew, the officers, her especially, like to handle other countries from Onder, other countries from Eberron, like us from Onder. They like to handle them personally. And as Glaive testified, of course, Captain Jabe's hair matches the hair placed into evidence that was aboard our ship. There is obvious roguery going around when Captain Jabe is on our ship. There is a grenade conveniently found, and meanwhile, the rest of the grenades were given back to the Brailish for one of the other Warforged, as evidenced by the blood, to blow up the GIF. It's unfortunate that lives are lost, and I think the Brailish are to blame for that. I'll step back.
I high five Valerian as he comes back.
Yes. I've always wanted to do like a closing argument.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, down low.
Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on. Athletics check. We got
Yeah, I was about
get out of the
to
way.
say.
Are you too slow? Are you in fact too slow? Yes, you are too slow.
Oh no. Oh.
I got him.
That's in official
Makes
court
sense.
recordings too. that was all captured. right.
Okay.
King Zundor stands up out of his chair. Given the events that occurred last night, and evidence of aggression by the Brailish, and the evidence presented before me, I find Chief Gus not guilty of the crimes of sabotage against Second Lieutenant Alpheus Cromwell and others of the 343rd Patrol Brigade. Additionally, I put forth this edict that the crew of the Intrepid is to be detained at first notice should they return to the Sulat Foundry. Make it so, Duke Zelt. Yes, my king. Very well. This court is adjourned. Chief Gus, Dragonhawk Initiative, you are free to go. Oh.
Let's all pick up Gus. Yeah, I'll pick up and start throwing Gus into the air.
You pick up Gus?
Well,
Tell me how you do that.
Yes.
Lieutenant Cromwell begins to approach you all. You may not have done what you have said you have done. It seems that your counterparts are as devious as I assumed all of you to be. With that, I recant my accusations against you all. However, while we remain in port together, I ask that you do not interfere in any further operations of the 343rd Patrol Brigade. Am I making myself clear?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna look at Elteg as Forge Master Zund is walking out.
Yeah.
You seem unsure. Are you concerned that there is more issues? Do we need to discuss my proper boundaries aboard my ship and my cordon established?
No, it's
I was completely oblivious.
You know what, Captain, you tell him. Well, I'm sure you. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I actually, Lieutenant, I was wondering if I could do business with your ship, even. This unfortunate thing happened because we couldn't detect someone on our ship. And it seems that you have the technology to do that, so maybe we make some sort of trade. Maybe this can repair the relations. And of course, I recant everything I said about Sergeant Major Orson Thimmel being better than you in every way.
He seems rather miffed at that, but he seems to let it go. Okay, and then he goes to his private, and they begin to depart. Okay.
Yeah, I look around, look back, see everyone's gone, and I just run out the door where everyone is.
Okay. Toad, what are you doing?
I guess Toad will escort Locket and Glaive, and be like, I think we're leaving. Let's go.
Okay. Right, and Chief Gus
Welcome
tags
to the
along with you,
Dragonhawk.
Toad.
I hope so.
Okay. All right. So, Forge Master Zund is moving with motion, with speed, not running, but moving quickly, and is not heading to the Dragonhawk.
Mm.
So, Toad, is your intent to escort your compatriots back to the ship, or are you handing them off to Chief Gus?
I will hand them off to Chief Gus and stick with the officers.
Okay.
And send Cooper away also.
Okay. All right. So the four of you now are in pursuit of Forge Master Zone.
Correct.
Are you trying to catch up to speak with him, or are you trying to follow him and see where he's going?
That's a good question. I'll take as like going to go through as just like, the Devourer is, in control, unbeknownst to the Forge Master. He won't know why we're coming after him, and the
Maybe we
influence
can
of it.
use that to our advantage. We could just say we were trying to talk to him about the case.
That seems like a good tact.
Yeah, let's just try to catch up.
Okay, so
Oh, Forge Master!
you're trying to stop him. Okay.
Yeah, trying to get his attention. Trying to maybe see if we can get the Forge Master side of his brain to turn around and talk to us.
All right. Okay. If you're gonna try to do that, make me a charisma check. Make me a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
You all, I mean, if all three of you were doing it, all four of you were involved in this, so
Okay.
you all want to do it this way.
Awesome. Oh.
I think it's supposed to be a 12. I believe I'm
Yeah,
so
everything's
exhausted.
-2.
Mm-hmm.
God, that
Well,
bonus
damn.
I'll take.
Yeah.
Mine's already doing a -2. It says -1 for my modifier. Then I have a -2 also.
Well, ooh la la.
Interesting.
yeah,
Huh.
minus
I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't want to, get another -2 if I don't need to.
Mine
fair.
doesn't say -2.
I
Fascinating.
I see what you're talking about, Toad. Yeah, interesting. Anybody else have that? Valerian has a
Yeah, mine does.
-2.
Yeah. Maybe
Huh.
I need to do something.
Maybe it's
about
because
my-
I made your sheets.
Yeah, you have a new character sheet, not a.
Yeah, you guys
converted
both
one.
got newer character sheets.
That's right, we did.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me.
Interesting.
Yeah, because Rick doesn't have it either, yeah.
Yeah, Rick and Altaic's character sheets were made before the whole MIDI QOL thing. They're much older. Your
Even
old
on
one, it has,
Toad's old character
Yeah.
sheet. Yeah.
but that old
No,
one.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
Okay, maybe something to experiment with later. Okay. You all call out to Forge Master Zund, and Forge Master Zund doesn't seem like he's present and aware of voices being directed at him.
Ah, damn.
So, you've he has made it some distance away from the King's Chamber. Forge Master Zund appears to be leaving the city. So you can attempt
damn.
to stop him from leaving the city, or you can follow. Or you can do something else. But those are the two clear options presented to you.
We got any way to move fast?
I got Phantom, but that's for a couple people.
We got our weapons back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, did we
I
grab
did.
our...
we?
Did we actually?
I'll say that. Okay.
Oh,
I don't think I got my weapons as I'm leaving this.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I think. Okay, so Rick, I'm gonna say the DC is 15. For Val, it's 12, and then Altaic and Toad, it's 8. I need a sleight of hand check or a dexterity check. See if you could have quickly grabbed your things.
Nah.
Terrible roll.
Nah.
Nice.
We're getting them out of the way.
Okay. Okay.
Now Val
Alright.
doesn't really need to get his things, to be fair.
Sure.
I have a knife.
Yeah,
a
right.
Dagger.
Okay, so at this point, yeah, I mean, I'll take Rick, Toad. Toad, you succeeded, so you can grab your staff. But Rick and Altaik, you did not grab your things on your way out the door. Bear that in mind accordingly.
We're just flashing our receipts at them. It's just like, it's right there. I can see our things. That's his notebook right there.
Just deliver it to the ship. Just deliver it to the ship.
Okay. Your things will be delivered to the ship.
Mhm.
So what are you doing with Forge Master Zones?
I could follow him.
Can you maybe yeah, because you can transform into a big bird, right? And I can try to get Phantom quickly, and
Or she
you
could
can
transform
follow.
they could transform into a small cat.
That's
Or they could
true.
transform into, like, anything. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be a big
yeah.
bird.
Honestly,
Now, do we
that's something
remember?
to hold your. I mean, you're a lot taller, Rick. So maybe they'll have to
right.
transform into something that can, hold a normal sized person instead of you having a share seat.
If we all want to pursue, I could also summon some eagles to help us.
But my thing is, maybe we shouldn't escalate. If we can stay at a distance, I mean, the Forge Master seemed pretty out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we follow, but we have to be fast to follow. I think, right?
We're saying this while we're moving, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll give this to you.
I can follow for a while and then come back once I know where he stops.
Mhm. And if I connect with Toad, they can tell us what the what the current situation is for a couple of minutes.
My concern is that let's just follow on foot as long as we can, and then if they start flying or something insane like Filder did, then or they notice us following them, maybe we'll diverge. But we just need to stay on foot for right now until something goes crazy. If they start flying, I think Toad, you transform, and you just let us know where they land, where they end up.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
We'll set up the telekinetic speech
With who?
with Toad.
Okay, just in case.
Mhm.
Okay. So the four of you are pursuing Forge Master Sun out of the city. As soon as you leave the city, it becomes a volcanic hellscape.
Oh God.
So there is a lot of lava. There's a lot of, it looks almost like if you've ever seen like areas where volcanoes have erupted, like there's jagged rocks spitting out from areas. There also seems to be like these strange crystallic structures around. Are you attempting to follow Forge Master Zone stealthily on foot?
I think we should be stealth. Like, how fast are they moving? I guess, are they full sprinting?
So he was not full sprinting out of the city. He's not flying. He's moving at 30 feet. Maybe like 40, 50 in the early processions. But
Is there a pathway as well that he's following?
it seems like it's rugged, like the landscape doesn't have trails, I guess is the best way to put it. Not that you can tell. So he appears to be heading in a certain direction outside the city.
Okay. Yeah, I think we go stealth as much as we can, because if we spook him, then he'll start flying.
Yeah, I'm so good at stealth. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean, a -2 and and it could
I
be
rolled
great.
stealth.
but-
Okay, yeah, if you guys are going to do stealth, go ahead and roll it. And if you're going to make any, like, if Toad is gonna cast like Pass Without Trace or anything.
I am fortunately out of spell slots for that.
Mm.
So
Okay. Okay.
Up too late gaming. Not getting your long rest.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. And then is it automatically applying the -2? It looks like it is for Valerian. Okay, so I should just understand that Toad and Valerian, y'all's sheets are right. Okay. Understood. How far back are you staying away from Forge Master Zund?
Oh, the good distance.
Yeah. Like 60-ish?
It's either like
100?
yeah, when I think about it, there's like 36, like within 30 feet distances, so like 30, 60, 90, 120.
I'd say within 60 probably.
Okay. All right. You begin to follow Forge Master Zund outside the city into this jagged volcanic hellscape that is Ear, the Anvil. You find yourselves not spotted by Forge Master Zund, as he seems to be moving in a clear sense of purpose. But the environment itself is a danger to you all. The very nature of this moon seems like if you cannot handle the heat, you will suffer in kind. There are rivers of lava that seem to travel all throughout this moon. And while thankfully Forge Master Zund has avoided these rivers up until this point, you find him heading into what can only be described as like a forest of crystals. There's no trees on this moon. What there is these crystallic structures jutting 30, 40 feet into the air of these glowing red and white crystals. And Forge Master Zund reaches across it, which is displayed here. You are a little bit further back than what's displayed here. But you are seeing Forge Master Zund begin to wade into the lava and begin to cross. So I will say he is about, it's about 60 feet. He is about here wading through the lava, heading northeast.
Toad, do you know any creatures you can turn into that are immune to lava?
no, but I can fly over the lava.
I guess.
Sorry, I'm made of metal. I think I melt and was lava.
It's fine.
Don't worry, we have a resident lava walker over here. Don't worry.
It's true.
I didn't. Guys, it's honestly the Chewinga's doing most of it. I just kind of wing it a lot.
Chewing it.
You wing it. You chewing it.
Yeah, Toad will wild shape into an owl just to get a bird's eye view of the area and where Zund is going.
Okay.
We'll stay close to the group, but...
Okay.
If I can, I think Rick would like to jump across here.
Okay. So the rules of long jump, I don't know if you'll have the capacity to do it. Let me look at the rules of long jump.
I have the armor of weightlessness.
Oh.
Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, let me see here.
Give myself a jump.
Yep.
Van Halen's jump.
Jump 5e.
Up to 30 feet by spending 10 feet of movement.
Okay. Yep. Your creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. So what's your normal jump distance? I don't think it's on your character sheet, right?
It's some derivative of my speed, right?
Yeah, so let me see. Long jump. Number of feet up to your strength score. So what is your
My
strength
strength score is either 10 or 11. Why can't I find it? There we go. It's 11.
Okay, so you can jump 11 feet, and you, with the jump spell, you can jump triple. So you can jump right now 33 feet.
If I jump from like right there, I can make it. Otherwise, it's like in between, like these.
Yeah,
two.
it's right there. Yes, I will give you that if you use the armor of weaknesses to jump right over.
I will.
So Rick is doing that. Toad has transformed to an owl. If you're attempting to still stay stealthy, the two of you will, the two of you will definitely both have to make stealth checks, but let's see what the other two are doing as well. We'll do the stealth checks at the end of this.
I guess we're like trying to like corral him, so I'll take once to like keep up behind him, but be within distance to cast like calm emotion, so 60 feet.
Okay.
So he'll stay on this side of the molten lava river. Oh
Okay.
god, there's a plume of fire right there.
Yeah, don't go into the plume of fire.
Don't sneak behind the plume of fire. He will use the armor of weightlessness to navigate like up through the crystals
Okay.
and the terrain.
Yeah, the terrain there where you're indicating is about 15 feet elevation up. So they're like slabs of stone or slabs of some sort of material that has melted and layered itself up over time. So
That
I'll
is
say that they're about
fascinating.
15 feet up.
And there's a mental note here of just like, ooh, what kind of crystals are these? But it's like another time. But yeah, that's what he'll be using.
Okay.
Using 2 charges to levitate there.
Okay, yep. Easy enough. You can get up there, so both of you can move. Yeah. Both of you can move accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of my plan too. I was just gonna, if the Forge Master keeps going north, I'm just gonna try to like hop on the crystals and follow north through the terrain.
He's heading northeast. So you're gonna have to cross this lava at some point if you want to keep up with him. He's heading in like he's I mean, time's a little funky wonky here, but he seems to be heading in like this direction.
Interesting. Maybe I can get like how high up would be like over here? So I can maybe jump from one platform to the
it's
next?
about 15 feet up. So, yeah, I mean, all these squares over here are about 15 feet up where Altaic is.
Yeah, I would like to, if I can, like, get on this platform, and then I'll jump to the this platform over here.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and move yourself to the first platform, and then let's go back to Toad. Since this is kind of, the movements required for all this is kind of like 2 rounds worth, so I'm going to move Forgemaster Zund a little bit. Still within the 60 feet for you, Altaic. But he is climbed out of the water, or the lava. Which you can estimate based on Forgemaster Zund walking through it, it's about 10 to 15 feet deep. So, yeah, Toad, you have a moment.
Toad will continue to follow the Forge Master.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Okay. Yeah. All right. At this point, I'd like all of you to make me that stealth roll.
-2 for me because I'm rolling from.
Got it.
And a -2 for me too.
All right. Valerian, unfortunately, part of the rock underneath you cracks. You lose your balance for a moment, and you go prone from where you're standing. Rick, you managed to make it across, but a part of your foot gets really close to the lava, and you are unable to restrain yourself from shouting out in the heat.
Ah!
Very much that. So with those two sounds, Forge Master Zun is alerted to your presence. And he will try to run. I'm gonna put us in initiative just for understanding and tracking. But it obviously doesn't have to be a combat. But things are getting a little bit more. Let's see.
They're heating up, you could say.
They are heating up.
Oh, wonderful.
A -1. That's a pretty good
go ahead.
initiative.
Yeah,
Roll initiative.
love that.
That's it's very nearly a toad roll.
It's almost a toad roll. It's true. Watch this.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh!
Toad, what's your advantage?
Do I get advantage?
It's still Pride Month.
Oh, that's right.
You thought it was for one
Wow.
session?
Wow, Toad
Hey!
forgot it was Pride Month. That's pretty.
Whoa, wait.
Listen, Toad is figuring it out, okay? Toad doesn't know if they're...
Okay.
I didn't roll.
Just roll another d20.
I'm trying. It's not rolling. I think it's because I already... Oh, sorry. You're right. Yes. Roll 1d20. All right. Well, I'll take the 15.
Yeah. Okay.
There's the toad
Understood.
roll.
That's more like it.
Uh-huh. Okay. Alright. So you're 15. We'll just leave. Yeah, I'll delete the giant owl from the combat tracker. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. Forge Master Zun has the initiative here.
Oh, no.
And he will use it to move. He's got to get down these rocks. So I'm going to say that he gets to about here, climbing over and down the rock. So I'm going to say with the exception of Toad, who's in the air, and maybe I'll take, Forge Master Zun is in at least half cover to maybe 3/4 cover for both, for everyone paying attention.
Gotcha.
I'm going to apply half cover. But that is his turn, because he uses it to flee. So I'll take...
You're stopping him here, right? Like, I don't know how much further we can go into this hostile terrain, like... This is just outside the city limits, and we're talking like smoking lava rivers.
Yeah, I'm going to say, interestingly enough, I'm going to say that you guys have been traveling for about half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty well the ways out of the city.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, maybe we can, but so my immediate thing is to like call out to him, and then depending on his reaction, cast Calm Emotions. Let me just make sure that works on him.
What's the range of Calm?
Each humanoid.
What's the range of Calm Emotions?
It is 6 feet. 20-foot sphere.
I'm gonna say that you are not within 60 feet. You need to probably get down to where Valerian is.
Yeah, I can move. With levitation. Change the altitude. Okay. Yeah, this is him like kicking off the crystals. Over here. As a part of my move. Yeah, I can. Alright, perfect. Yeah, and he's going to call out to the Forge Master at this juncture. It's like, Zund! Forge Master Zund! It's like, Forge Master Zund, we've been trying to catch up to you.
There's a joke about you. It feels like extended warranty in there for me. Okay.
There's just like a sequence of just like him trying to like appear like he, you know, or like appear like he hasn't been sneaking.
Make me a either persuasion or deception roll. Up to you.
Okay. I think deception is appropriate.
Okay. Was that hidden for you?
Yes.
Okay. Currently it's a fail. I'll tell you if you want to use inspiration in this moment.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
I'll reveal.
Yeah,
this
I'll
one.
use
I'll give you
inspiration. I'll use inspiration.
much better. Okay. So what you get from Zun? He yells out to you in a voice that seems strange and forced. You can tell it's the intellect devourer. And it tells you, this one is too valuable. We need this one.
Oh, God.
Rick is gonna yell from all the way downtown. You want to talk about it?
And it's like, I'll take wants to as a part of this, like, you know, he wants to say it's like, so we don't interfere with each other. I think at this point he's going to like gear shift.
Okay, so keep in mind, I would call the previous interaction your bonus action. If you want to do another transfer check, this would be action.
This would be action. Yeah.
Okay.
This would be a gear shift, and he's going to try to assume the he's trying to kind of like mirror the kind of like expression of like an agent to agent with this intellect devourer. And it's like, so we don't come at cross purposes again. We need to coordinate. It's like your performance left us vulnerable. And who are you to say? And who are you to say that my position isn't? And who are you to assume that my position isn't even more valuable? It could cost me my role here.
Whoa! Hey, wait a second.
Make a persuasion or deception check with advantage.
$25.
Ooh.
Okay. The Forge Master seems to hesitate and is very unsure. So you have a moment. Or if you can... He seems hesitating, like he wants to hear you out, but a part of him, part of the intellect devourer, wants to ignore your desires and go to the location that Forge Master Zun is seemingly being taken. So if you can get to him and convince him again, you may be able to talk him down fully. But if you're just shouting from across this river, the situation, it's going to change soon.
Okay. He will levitate. Well, I don't. Within the confines of this turn, I think I'm out of actions. He will attempt to try to continue this, but I think what he's trying to present is this notion of like, yeah, man, we're all in on it. And you're screwing us over.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just poll the rest of the group then. What's the rest of the party's intent at this juncture? We can stay in combat, or we can get out of combat, or in initiative.
I mean,
I'm trying to see where this hideout is.
I'm picking up what Altair's putting down.
Yeah, we can 100% use this to ambush him. I'm not gonna be precious about like, oh, we need to follow him. We might also be able to extract the knowledge once we've extracted the intellect devourer, but I don't know how likely that is. I'm not sure. What their likelihood of responding is once extracted.
Yeah. you've clearly got some sort of hesitation out of the intellect devourer. Something clicked. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in like one more like round of conversation, I could maybe get like the coordination of like, dude, where are you going? Because if you disappear the Forge Master right after this trial, we're gonna get a bunch of more angry looks from the rest of these giants.
Okay. So let's then progress to the movement piece. Then let's go to the other players and let's see how this shakes out. Assuming that you guys are just trying to move, you guys can go ahead. I'm just gonna rotate the round all the way to the top, unless specifically someone's trying to do something else. Val indicated that he was gonna try to jump. Toad seemed to be trying to get closer, and I got the same vibe from Rick. So if you want to move in the confines of what one turn in D&D is, you can do so now.
Rick is sprinting, for the record.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, you can move your
Can
60.
Toad... I'm a giant owl right now.
Yeah.
Can Toad pick up Altaic by the shoulders? Or Altaic's flying? Floating?
Yeah, but it'll be even easier to pull along with the left.
Yeah, I would say with Levitate, you're essentially not weighing anything gravity-wise. It's just moving Altaic across. Yeah, I mean, I would say that... I mean, how much movement does a giant owl have? 80?
I have 80 feet of movement.
I'm going to say with the Levitate, there's not a lot of friction, so you can move your whole movement if Altaic is concentrating on Levitate. Yeah, I'll allow that.
All right.
Val,
Hop on,
however...
Altaic.
Hell yes.
Val, however, is jumping across a pit of lava.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, so you've got some height advantage on this drop. It's 10 feet, 15 feet? Yeah, I'm going to say 15 feet. What's your strength? Strength is...
My strength is 18.
18. So, a long jump, you cover a number... You can... Okay, yeah, I mean, no roll required for you. You the strong boy. So, okay. I'm going to say that uses... Because you were doing a running start. I'm going to say that you got like 5 or 10 more feet you can move.
Okay, yeah, I'll just move up, like, right here, then.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, well, top of the round-ish. So, now it's kind of loosey-goosey. Kind of like one more round of attempted convincing, and then we'll pull us out of initiative if that goes well.
Yeah.
So we can go in whatever order you want.
Yeah. I'm trying to... I love this notion of, Toad, like, helping to, like, bring... I the giant owl over the river of lava with, like, the rest of the team feels like very intimidating. Quite honestly, though. So I think he wants to leverage that. I think Altaic is going to ostensibly try to pull rank on this guy. It's
okay.
Like, it's this notion of like, it's like based on your mission and based on what's already been happening and how you've been interfering with mine. I need to be able to understand why we are at such cross purposes so this doesn't happen again. What is your next step?
Okay. Make me your intimidation check.
And like the follow-up being like, because based on your performance and your other compatriots, when this goes poorly and they ask why when this agent was here I did nothing, I need to be able to answer for that.
Make the roll with advantage.
Alright, 25.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull
good.
us out of combat. Because you have essentially properly pulled rank on this Intellect Devourer. And Forge Master Zund, uncharacteristic of a giant, kind of cowers in fear of its better. And it said, We did not know. Our master did not inform us of any other agents. I am so sorry. This one does not know how to properly address the title of one such as yourself. Many apart.
There was a term that the Illithids used in the cyberspace whale, but it's like not like neophyte.
No, I wrote it down. They called me.
Of course you did.
Thank you.
Solid.
Because I was like, question mark? Weird. An awakened docent.
Docent.
Okay. So yeah, I'll tell you, 'cause it's like you don't need to be concerned with my. It's like there are. It's like we neither of us know the entire plans of our masters, but they are beginning one anew, one involving awakened docents such as I.
Okay. I would.
And like further on, it's this point of like, and I hardly think that they wish to have their newest plans compromised by detection already taking place on this Forge world.
I will honor your previous intimidation, and the Inuit Devourer offers sincere apologies, one such as yourself, and begs forgiveness, and asks what new orders have been passed from our master. What is the desire of our master?
It's like,
And there is a hesitancy as to why you were consorting with others on this juncture.
okay, yeah. Leaning into this, we'll express like the means of the means of the awakened aren't so overt as to devour. It's like there are other. It's like we can leverage other skills, even if you can't. Now tell us. What are you doing on this Forge world, and what progress have you made?
I was told to bring this one to Battleclaw.
Ah, of course. Battleclaw.
Oh, battle.
Battleclaw.
And what is that Battleclaw?
Battleclaw, the man-eater. The one that assists us.
Oh, yeah.
He begins to grow suspicious as to why you do not know the plans of the subjugation of the dragons.
Dragons again. Awesome. And there's it's like there's a pitch. It's like we did this all. It's like we're bringing this one to Battleclaw, having garnered the attention of the full court of the fire giant monarch.
Yes, we bring the attention of the king.
There's I think I'll take one to put like an expression of this like. Or I suppose the intellect devourer doesn't care that much about expression. Like within whatever like waves of like psychic communication, it was just like I guess I'm not judging, but yeah, at this point it's just like you'll know. It's like, well then, make it. Okay. I suppose you should this is a next step we should consult with the rest of the team on. With bonus action, telekinetic speech, go to the captain. I'm close to. I'm almost overplaying my hand, Captain. It's like, should I? He wants to go to this battle claw. That's another lead we can investigate. We can investigate further.
Well,
Or we can take the Forge Master now.
we see if we can get it in visual range, at least, or find out if maybe they could even point us and tell us exactly where this is at, so we can go. But yeah, him regrouping with like his entire cluster of intellect devourers, I think we take him out before he can regroup.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to try to push for more information then. He's going, like, try to figure out this location. It's like, okay, you're going to meet with Battleclaw. Then, where should, how should I direct the rest of, how should I direct the rest of my team as to not interfere?
Okay.
With our master's guild here.
Persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, it should be 24.
I'll honor the 24. Okay. He will indicate about a 30-minute walk northeast to the old foundry that fell in the last war to the dragons. That there is where he's being told to bring this one to. And he describes it as basically the last remaining metallic structure in the area. It is an underground foundry where the rivers meet.
Underground foundry where the rivers meet.
He marks the waypoint on your map.
No, perfect. Very well then.
Oh.
May I- Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, because you're communicating.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's like, very well.
Silence, Peon. The master is talking.
Very well then. May our paths not cross.
Okay. Are you letting him go?
That's my understanding.
Well, before
Or do you want to go for it?
Before we go, if I can try to climb up on the rocks, above the table, I think we just take him out right here, right? Like why would we let him regroup, right?
Okay. I'm happy to do that. I just didn't want to take the.
Just so because we got the pip on our map. We're good.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll get up there. What can we call you?
There is a look at you, and then there's a string of words that come out that are incomprehensible to your mind.
I think as they're saying it in his mind, he has summoned his sword, turns it around, and I will use the tattoo again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna jump on his head.
Okay, I'm gonna give this a surprise round. Or I guess I'll let you go first before anyone else, but I'm just gonna put us in initiative just in case. Let's adjudicate this, and if that doesn't work, we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay. So what are you attempting to do? You're attempting to recreate the previous situation?
Yep. I don't have the knife, unfortunately, but I just turned the greatsword around, so the tattoo just kind of shoots out from the hilt.
Okay.
And almost like a Darth Maul lightsaber.
Okay.
But
so
I'll stab him in the head.
You're attempting to stab an intellect devourer in the brain that hasn't consumed as much and is not as large. So it's going to be harder to hit. I'm going to call this a called shot. So let me look at his AC right now. Got tough skull. Oof. Yeah, he's got a really tough exterior. So, the called shot for the brain, the AC to hit the Intellect Devourer to get through the tough exterior of Forge Master Zund, whose body has been really, really damaged and recreated itself over time. The AC is 22.
Ooh.
So Intellect Devourers have, if you can hit well, you can kill this thing in one hit. But we need to see if you can hit first. For
Okay.
this called shot.
I will roll with a regular greatsword here.
That is a 9. Would you like to reroll
Oof.
with an inspiration or something of this kind?
Yeah, I'll use the one and only inspiration I have.
Okay.
Reroll. Not good enough.
Not bad.
I will give you an inspiration. Val,
Oh no.
aim for the top of the cranium.
Do it!
Do it.
My head's buzzing.
I'll
Oof.
get better.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I mean, it is unfortunate, but I'm just stabbing kind of almost blindly, and I think from the tremor sense being so overwhelming the last couple days, Valerian is like, even whenever I used it before on Forge Master, it's hard for him to concentrate on it, and I think it messes him up a little bit, and he misses.
So an attempt to strike misses, does not penetrate the exterior hardened skin of Forge Master Zund. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Wait.
yeah, fair.
No, I went from that to 3. No.
Hey.
That's actually even worse. It should be
Wow,
1.
Toad, what the hell?
Yerp.
Yerp, I know that's right.
Come on.
Okay. Alright, let's begin. Forge Master Zund. He, no longer in cover. Well, you were all at an angle to strike him. As he senses the betrayal and reaches for the greatsword on his back. Toad, you're first.
Ooh.
I would like to land
Okay.
and, as a bonus action, drop Wild Shape.
Okay. Grab your.
Um,
So,
Yes.
and
hold
what's your
on.
order
I will-
of initiative?
I'm 17.
Okay, I will add the proper.
Okay. And then I would like to cast Hold Person,
Okay.
which I will have to cast at 3rd level.
Okay.
Oh my god. That's a cool
Does that
effect.
work?
Ooh.
Nothing
Okay.
went into the chat, but I used
Nothing
it.
went in the chat, and let me look at the effects.
Oh my god.
He
He's like-
he did fail the hold person.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey!
So go ahead and post that though, because I think if damage is done to him,
How do I just post it?
Yeah, I was having trouble with that as well.
Okay. What else have it? Right.
Think of the
click,
very
display in chat.
right.
okay,
Yeah,
there we go.
display in chat.
That's
okay.
fine. Okay. Okay. Have the paralyzed condition.
I'm not floating. Am I floating?
No, you were just on top of the rocks, and there's some altitude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I adjusted your altitudes accordingly.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. And then Toad will just say, I don't know what we're doing, but he can't go anywhere now.
Oh yes.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Great.
Well. I'll take. What do you think we should do?
Well, we're performing an extraction if we want to save Forge Master Zund. But otherwise, and it's like, but otherwise, well, I don't have any kinship. If that's what you're worried about.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was about to say, I don't know if we can really get this guy out of here, living. I don't have a knife, so It's really
I mean,
up
you
to.
can free action. You can free action. Someone else can hand you if you attempt this.
You know what I'm gonna do
Call
instead? I'm gonna bless Valerian
Okay.
to guide his shadow knife true,
Okay.
and now his shadow knife glows with holy light somehow. Man, he glows with holy light. Holy moly!
No, wow.
Okay.
Valerian looks
Alright.
like he's in a soap opera right now.
Really though,
I will
that
also
lighting is
position
giving.
myself on the other side of Fort Adventure Zone. Let's surround him real quick.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Forge
That'll be it.
Master's Sun's turn. You can attempt to break it. It's 18 now, right?
18 wisdom.
18 wisdom. That's good. That is a fail. Forge Master's Sun
Amazing.
remains held. Right, Val. What do you?
Stabbing.
Okay.
Trying to use the term of sense. I'm trying to pinpoint specifically where it's at, and the hilt is just
Yeah.
hopefully harmlessly hitting. The
So
Forge
he's
Master's.
held. It's really a matter of if you can hit the Intellect Devour correctly. So I'm gonna say the
Rolls at
pulse-
advantage, right?
Yes, that's also an advantage because of his health status. So your 2 hit now is 12. That is a natural 1, but you can strike again if you have
Wait,
2
is that
actions.
what? I don't even know how that happened. Keep highest. Yeah. Wow. What? That's crazy. Okay.
Like a great
You
sword.
rolled double
Weapon
3s.
Yeah.
Man,
Okay.
Gotta hit
Another
him.
natural
No,
one.
but it counted the 11. So it's 16
true.
points of damage. Okay. Hold on, let me look at this into real quick. You have-
It doesn't hit him, right? It's 22 for the AC.
No. For this scenario, it's only 12 to hit. So you managed to
Oh,
hit on this because he's
amazing.
held still, paralyzed. Like you've got a clear shot here. So yes, that does manage to hit, and you do deal 16 damage to the Intellect Devourer. However, I'll tell you via the mental scream, it's not dead yet.
Okay. I will action surge, and I'll
Okay.
do it again.
Okay, go for
God,
it.
just butchering this guy's head.
That is enough. How do you do it this time?
It's like the first time, I feel like I scrape right by the Forge Master's frontal lobe, hippocampus area. Scrapes by on the part that's not eaten yet. Hits the Intellect Devourer kind of on the leg, maybe severs a leg or two, and then the next one right through.
Okay.
2 big knots on the Forge Master's
2
skull.
big bleeding knots. And again, we have this hemorrhage situation. As Forge Master Sun's body drops to the ground. He's currently incapacitated and bleeding out through these brain stabs. So
Yeah.
I'll pull us out of combat. And Rick, I'm assuming you want to do something here to stop that.
Yep. Try to save the man's life, that's for sure.
So did you get in on this too again?
Here's the problem. We don't have any more Greater Restoration scrolls, do we?
Let me check my notebook that I carry around with me everywhere. We
It's a much
do not.
cooler notebook than Rick's, isn't it?
It's like made of recycled paper and it's leather bound.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's got the strap on it.
I gotta get one of those. Okay, well, I think we need to stabilize this guy and then bring him back into town because we're not gonna be able to get his brain back if we don't do that.
Okay.
In the meantime, I have I have potions of greater healing that maybe we can use to help patch a little bit to give us time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have my spells.
Okay. All right. Yeah. God.
I think first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Death Ward on him.
Okay.
To ward him from death, you see. Let me target him.
Understood.
Think.
So hold on.
Is he at 0 HP or is he?
He's at 0 HP, so I'll refund that
okay.
for you. So he's at 0 HP, making death save throws due to specific brain damage. His body is in good health. His brain is what's not in good health.
Okay, then I change that to a Beacon of Hope.
Okay,
Similar situation, just for death saving throws.
understood.
Let's try. Gee. I guess we gotta get the guy out of there, huh? I need equipment. I need a knife. I need something.
I have a sickle that you guys didn't grab your weapons? That's so...
I didn't have time.
I have a great sword.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Toad
God.
would not have. Well, no, Toad, you grabbed your weapons. So you're
Yep.
good. Yeah, so you have everything. So yeah.
I have this old sickle I've never used before, Rick, but you can totally use it if you'd like.
How big is it?
You
Is it
know...
a hand sickle? Is it a two-handed, like a scythe, or?
No. It's a little hand sickle. Sometimes I use it to, like, chop plants, but...
Oh boy. Rick is gonna grab the hand sickle.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get the guy out of there. I'm gonna try to get the guy out of the guy. Here I go.
Okay. All right. So I want you to make 2 rolls. I want you to make the medicine check with disadvantage due to the tool not being fit for the job.
Yeah.
And then after that, I want you to make me the death saving throw for Forge Master's Up. So it's
Okay.
with advantage. So that's just a straight D20.
Can I hit him with a healing spell?
You may, but his brain is having issues, so it might be a waste at this point. How about this? I will say any cast of a healing spell, because it's kind of skill challenging. I'll say if you use a 2nd level healing spell, that negates the disadvantage for Rick. So it would actually, he rolled a 15 and a 17, so it would bump his 23 up to a 25. If you
Minus
use at
2,
least
it'd
a
be down to
2nd
23 again, to be fair.
level. Fair.
Well, Rick, you're on your own. I don't have any 2nd level spell slots.
Fair enough.
Okay, we are really impromptu. We're just kind of making it up as we go along, aren't we? I'm doing my best with the sickle, though. I'm using it like a scalpel. I'm trying to.
Yep. You are removing the cranium section here. Okay, go ahead and make me that death saving throw with advantage.
Okay. And what is that? Just a raw d20?
Just a raw d20 with advantage.
All right. How can I roll that off of my sheet?
Slash.
So if I'm going to type it all in.
Slash
Slash
R
R.
D20 KH. Yeah,
KH.
slash R. Yeah, slash R space 2D20 KH.
Keep highest.
I see. It's an 18.
That is a success.
Hmm.
So you've managed to remove the cranium. Now you have the dead intellect devourer taking up space, bleeding into his brain cavity.
Yeah, I gotta get that out of there.
Huh?
I'm gonna
So-
extract the intellect devourer.
Yep, go ahead and give me another medicine check at disadvantage.
Can I help? Can I help with something like a telekinetic mage hand? To like, I don't want to crowd Rick.
Yeah.
I do want to provide a literal extra hand.
I'll allow it. Let's see how precise and helpful it is. So before Rick rolls, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Rick roll.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give Rick a +1, but he's still rolling a disadvantage.
Gotcha.
With that 12. So you may
Okay,
roll.
put your ghost hand here. Hold this open for me. All right. I will use a thing. I'll use an inspiration. My last one.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Much better.
I'll take that's a 19 plus 1, 20.
Yes. So I would like another death saving throw with advantage, please.
Okay. 2d20, not 1. KH. Oh!
Okay.
Holy
So
shit.
he is stable. He is stable, and you're seeing points of consciousness, but his skull is open. So
Yeah, it's a little.
you've managed to clear out all the remains, so you need to seal up his head.
Yeah.
So you need one more.
What are we doing with this? I'm gonna hold up the floppy and like devour in my hand. What are we doing with this? Do we want to keep this?
Oh, I'll take it. Give that to me.
I toss it to Toad.
Toad catches it, and it's squishy. Is it squishy?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Very squishy.
Squishy brain.
I better know what we're eating tomorrow.
Brains are eaten in a lot of cultures, Rick.
Oh God.
Hopefully not the Dragon Home culture.
I like bread and cheese. All right, one more medicine with disadvantage.
One more medicine with disadvantage. Yeah, because you're attempting to. You're not. Actually, no. It's a flat roll now because you're not using the sickle. You're trying to use your magic to and like field sutures.
Yeah, just magically suture his brain, his skull back in place.
Go back together. Okay. So Forge Master'sUnd has been removed of his intellect devour. He did not suffer as much brain damage as Zoldyr.
Zoldyr.
Good.
Good.
If it's a percentage, Zoldyr was dealing with like 25% brain left. Zund has like 10%. That seems to have been done very rapidly, maybe closer to 20% lost versus that's what's remaining.
So, if we can compare, does it seem like this happened today or yesterday?
This happened rapid, yes.
Okay.
So, you can tell that. You can give me another medicine check to try to gauge time frame here.
Okay, dokie. I'm
Nice.
damn good
So
at these.
you get the gauge that the consumption of the brain happened very quickly. Whether or not Forge Master Zund had this intellect devourer in his mind for a long time that was inactive or not is still unknown to you. But the deterioration was immediate and rapid.
Okay. Interesting. All right, we gotta transport this guy, and he's on fire. Do we have any way to do that?
Oh yeah. Let me roll some fire damage for you.
Oh yeah.
11 fire damage.
Ow.
Do we think 3 giant birds could carry him?
Are the birds okay with being on fire?
Do we think 3 giant birds and some rope that can't catch on fire?
Do
we have some of that?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you have that?
We all look to Valerian.
Do we got that?
I wait. Oh, I don't. It's back
What,
at
that-
the.
Oh,
I didn't get any
God,
stuff.
Kidding me.
That's the one thing I don't have. You know, I have like the musket. I have the the flail. I don't have the rope.
All right.
Maybe we could. The armor of weightlessness, that's magical, right? Maybe we could put it on him.
You asked me to get naked right now?
You know, there's a couple rocks over there, Rick. You could take it off.
Seriously? I just don't think. I don't know.
No. I think that's just an idea.
I have a crazy idea.
Uh huh.
Okay, so we have this potion of diminution to make them smaller.
Oh God. How's fun?
We could reduce the size of Zund for a while, which might make it easier to carry him back.
It would only require, does it shrink it down by one type size?
It just casts the reduce portion of the enlarge reduce spell.
Okay, let me look up
Which I will post. Hold on.
Please, yes, thank you.
Enlarge.
Because he is huge, not large.
Great.
Great.
It decreases by 1 category.
You'd go down to large, I guess.
So that could be carried by 2 of those giant eagles.
Hey, can we fit a large object inside that bag of holding?
Oh,
I
I'm thinking about
will
it.
check.
And then what we'd have, like, how much time we'd have to before he runs out of air? God.
I am gonna say no. You cannot fit a large thing inside the bag.
Okay, yeah, that seems fair to me.
Medium or small.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, those eagles you summoned, they're not. They don't really care about pain, right?
I mean, if
We
you
can
want
ask
to get into the discussion of it, they're fey creatures, but they're my little friends, and I care about their pain.
Maybe
No pain, no gain.
one of us should go back to the town and get some people to come over here, huh?
That's probably, the more responsible way to do this. But we do need to act quick. They can fly, so hopefully if we let them know the urgency. The thing is, if we can, if we give him the potion, we can get the eagles, and maybe someone can go with them to ensure that they don't take too much from the fire, or make sure
Yeah,
they're safe, essentially.
So holding this creature, each round is 1d6 damage of fire. And the giant eagles, I don't think would have the HP to carry and suffer that amount of damage for 30 minutes.
That's like 30 damage a minute.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Okay, so someone needs to go back.
Well, I can fly back with somebody. I
Oh.
have one more wild shape left.
Oh, and let's show him the freaking thing, the floppy guy.
Okay.
Let
Will you-
him know it.
Rick, you hold the floppy guy so that I
Okay,
can
oh.
become a bird.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Hold on, here's a jar.
Okay, a beautiful mason jar.
Yes, handcrafted. You don't know this, but I can blow glass.
Oh, really? I don't know how you're capable of doing that without love. It's incredible.
Well, it's the power of friendship, Rick.
Oh, okay.
So I will once again wild shape into a giant eagle so that someone can hitch a ride back.
Okay.
Is it Rick? Rick, are you coming?
I guess I'm doing it.
Okay.
Rick, if you guys don't mind, dude, do you mind getting Phantom?
Oh yeah, sure. You want me to get your
Bring him
stuff
back,
too?
whatever. Yeah, that would kind of make sense. Like the rope.
All right. So the two of you depart as Altaik and Val hover over an unconscious but stable Forge Master Zund as Rick and Toad fly off back to the Sulat Foundries to seek assistance carrying Forge Master Zund back to the city. I think this is a good point to end the session.
Yeah.
Another life
Go
saved.
ahead and
Another surgery performed in
Excellent.
unhospitable environments.
Yeah.
That's a
Inhospitable.
fucking gardening scythe.